Welcome everyone to the MongoSlade birthday celebration. How is everybody doing? I started 15 minutes early because I still have to go work out and I still have to get to bed. So I'm eating a cake and ice cream during this show. German chocolate cake, vanilla bean ice cream. Unfortunately, I wanted cookies and cream ice cream, but nobody asked me. So oh, you're going to WrestleMania 40 WG Field? Absolutely. Feel free to post all the pictures and videos you desire at the show. I am. I hope you have fun because I had a lot of fun at WrestleMania 23, and I did not take any pictures, and I regret that. But I did meet a very nice girl afterwards. I don't regret that. That was nice. That was nice. Um, so glad everybody's stopping by. We're gonna start the stream in a few minutes. Uh, Going to give everybody an opportunity to come in. We're probably going to start the stream about 4 or 5 minutes after, as usual. So a lot of people are going to be like, "You said 8:30. That's what it put on there." Well, I know that's what I put on there, but that was before the ice cream melted a little early. Now I got my cake, I got my ice cream, and I need to get into this thing. WG Phil says he's been to SummerSlam 2022. It was a nice time. He says only going to night one because night two's card is pretty bad. Brother, if you saw how I look and then asked me how old I am, you would think I'm a liar. But today is my 40th birthday. My father gave me some advice um, about for my birthday. He gave me some advice, and his advice is to have more birthdays. That was Papa Slade's advice to me. That I need to have some more birthdays. So I'm going to take him up on his advice. Um, I think my friend is trying to throw me a birthday party. Um, he went and found a bunch of guys we used to know, back when we were kids, and we're gonna watch WrestleMania together as a group. Kind of gonna be an unofficial birthday party. So that ought to be very nice. It ought to be very nice. But I decided I'm gonna have cake and ice cream today, and then I'm not a drinker or a smoker or anything like that. But it's uh, it's been something. So here I am, going to spend my 40th birthday watching WrestleMania 23, which was up to this point one of the best events I have ever been to in my life. It still is. You know, I was I wasn't a kid when this happened. Clearly, I was about 23, 24 when this happened, but I was just really getting back into wrestling and just kind of rediscovering my excitement for wrestling, I guess you could say. Am I a vegan? Absolutely not. If I was a vegan, I'd probably look 52. Every time I tell anybody how old I am, they're like, "What?" I just live a stress-free life, bro. I got no gray hairs, none. I'm probably a strand or two in the beard or something like that, but no real gray hairs, no wrinkles. I look like I'm probably 28 or something like that, which is good. But I think that part of that comes from like no kids. I think that's what happened is as soon as I probably have a little bugger or something like that, I probably aged 10 years and 5. Am I going to go or am I going vegan? Oh no, absolutely not. Why would I do that? No way. I thought you asked if I was a vegan. I misread that question. Um, all right. I said I was going to wait till 5 after, so we're going to get this thing started in a few seconds. We're going to start WrestleMania 23, and I don't know how long this show is. It's 3 hours and 41 minutes. Oh, that's why I struggle to watch modern WrestleManias. This show is so long. This show is long. All right, we're going to get into this thing at the top of the 6 minute mark, so at about 40 seconds. Again, hopefully everybody had a good Thursday. I had to go to work today, so my birthday was basically work, eat, come home, and have cake. So that was pretty much it. Ooh, this vanilla ice cream is very sweet. I got a big chunk of German chocolate cake. Yes. So I'm very excited now. We got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Start this thing. All right. So WG Phil says night 2 of WrestleMania. The card looks pretty weak. I agree. Night 1 is strong because The Rock is on it, and his thing with Cody has been a very powerful segment. Ooh. They're calling this era the Renaissance era. That's what they're claiming it is. I don't know, man. I don't think I like the word Renaissance. WrestleMania all grown up. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. WrestleMania 3 was not in Detroit, by the way. It was in Pontiac, which is a suburb of Detroit. Top Dog, what up? Renaissance until June 2007. No, I mean that's what they call in the modern era, like the Roman and Cody era. They're calling it the Renaissance era. This is clearly Ruthless Aggression still in 2007. Yeah, I mean I get the tagline, but my understanding is WrestleMania being 23. How is a 23-year-old all grown up? You're just an adult, but you're still kind of a kid. Aretha Franklin. That wig killing me. I couldn't imagine if she'd been caught on TV with that kind of wig today. She get eaten alive by the reality TV segment of society. Everything over here is sweet as fuck. I don't know what to do with myself. I didn't want to start eating this, but the ice cream is starting to melt. I don't know, man. WrestleMania all grown up. Not my favorite. I don't remember the card to this show. I didn't look it up. So I never do. But I remember the big matches, of course. Abraham Lincoln. Get that Abraham Lincoln ass out of here. Koshan, how you doing, sir? Or ma'am? However you identify. Did the Tate twins have an attitude about what Tony said yet? What did they say? I thought he was threatening to expose some shit, but I didn't want to sit around waiting about it. I heard they had like some real deep lore to drop about AEW. I wonder if they did it or not. Tony was really dirty for saying that he fired those guys for showing up, not showing up and showing up late and stuff. That really did them dirty. That was bad. Oh, Mr. Kennedy, goddamn. Oh, Ashley's in this joint. Mm. Okay. Whoever that kid that's supposed to be in Bobby Lashley, his arms way too skinny. Oh, good Lord. Oh, good Lord. ECW. Oh, my God. Oh, damn. Mm. Again, I went to the show live. Let me tell you how crazy it was. Your boy Philip, I don't know. He must have had people drive to Detroit from Chicago because all I heard from like a mile from the arena was CM Punk theme song playing, like in over and over and over again. It was stupid. It was real stupid. It's not possible for him to have fans like that back then, but he did. And a lot of people with Undertaker cosplay. That was like, you still see a lot of that, Undertaker cosplay. But those were the two major things that jumped out at me. The amount of CM Punk theme music blaring from the cars to the Undertaker cosplay. Oh my God, it's Joey Styles. I didn't know he called the WrestleMania. I thought he got pulled. Oh, that was later. Oh, Money in the Bank. Man, Jeff Hardy's amazing. I wonder what he's doing these days. I wonder what he's been up to. Haven't seen him in a while. Oh, King Booker. I wish I had went to a Hall of Fame this year on at WrestleMania 23, but I wasn't thinking about it. I probably could have afforded a better seat if I'd have spent the money, but I didn't want to spend the money. I was being very cheap. I just wanted to be in the building, man. It's been that recent. He had a match a month ago. Finley Dorcas Sons is in as wrestling now. His young boy Brogan, he looked like a beanpole. And the other one is even bigger, dork. He's in Japan. It's Money in the Bank. It's on Black Clay in '97. CM Punk just came out. CM Punk, the first ever ECW superstar to wrestle at WrestleMania. If they don't get the fuck out of here with that, fuck right on off. Do I think the WWE should semi-retire Money in the Bank? It's a draw. No. Triple H not knowing how to book ain't got nothing to do with the gimmick. He should have gave the briefcase to somebody he wanted to use. But it's 2 years in a row. He fucked the Money in the Bank up. So it ain't the gimmick. It's Triple H. The timestamp is 12 minutes, 50 seconds. Hey, look, it's Matt Hardy. What he's been up to. Is he divorced yet? WG Phil thinks that Triple H he's got Tony Khan syndrome. He gets high on a guy and then he gets bored. But with Austin, it's just screw over this guy. Right. Oh my God, Randy Orton is shoved in this shit. He must have got busted on Peds or something. Why is he in this match? Matt trying to get into WWE, please. His legs won't make it. His legs won't allow it. Yeah, Randy Orton and Edge in this joint. Holy moly. Holy moly, they had nothing for Edge and Orton. So they get shoved in the Money in the Bank match. Or shit. I just realized that this aluminum pan I've been using as a plate is leaking. And I get ice cream all over this table. Oh, brother. Oh, brother. So I got to scrub this table later. It'll be all right. This is when ECW became the third brand. Yeah. What a tragedy that ended up being, right? I've been into something cold, got my brain freezing. Top Dog says, what do you think is the worst thing about Triple H booking? His choice of talent. Like I said, man, he made sure to get his boys on the card. Disaster. I don't know why he decided to push Damian Priest and then stop. But I don't think that I don't think it's been terrible because the Money in the Bank is supposed to be used when you least expect it. You ain't nowhere near the year being up on that Money in the Bank. It's just that Damian Priest doesn't fucking matter. He didn't keep him relevant. Mm. I don't know, man. They probably should have had Randy and Edge wrestle each other. He broke out the mini ladder though. He did do the same thing to Chad Gable. He had a hard on for Chad Gable for a while. He finally got people to care about Chad Gable, and then he decided, you know what? Yoink. I don't care about Chad Gable no more. So now everybody's like, oh, okay. Lorenzo Granger, thank you very much. I appreciate it, man. I really do. I'm putting out a review to the Bray Wyatt documentary tomorrow, and the Roman Reigns one, and the Harley Race one. They won't be as in depth as usual because we pretty much know everything there is to know about Roman and Bray. I did a little extra digging on the Harley Race one. Well, now my cake is gone, and my ice cream is gone. That Bray Wyatt documentary is one of the WWE's best, though. I will say that. It's one of the best documentaries they ever put together. Their documentaries are getting so much better over time, but they're starting to really avoid tough subjects and tough subject matter. Did Kennedy win this match? I think CM Punk won this match. Don't spoil it because I don't remember, but I think CM Punk won this match. As a matter of fact, I think you might be right. I think Kennedy did win this match. Lorenzo Granger, do you think since they do not use the older women on the roster, do you think they're going to do a women's battle royal? They should. Theoretically, the night one should have like the women's battle royal, and the night two should have the men's. But or the other way around. Yeah, I'm so removed from this event. I don't want any spoilers. I mean, we know who won the major matches, but I have no idea what's even in the mid card of this show. I watched the Roman Reigns documentary the 2 days later, I think it was. I couldn't watch it the next day because the CM Punk thing happened, and one of the criticisms I get is that I cover subjects too late, and other people get to it first. And my thing is, I don't care about that. Like, I don't want to overload and do too much. Like, I don't want to have like 5 videos a day. And plus, I think doing things while everybody else is doing it waters you down. So I'll rather wait a day or two. That's why I take the Dark Side of the Ring documentaries and stuff like that and started putting them on Fridays. Like the WWE biographies and stuff, I started doing the reviews of them and basically just putting them up on Friday when there's no other content. Just so I can have something up on Fridays. But I have been criticized for covering subjects too late. I'm like, I don't care about that. I'll get to it when I get to it. And besides, sometimes waiting is beneficial. I actually wish I had waited to cover the Ronda Rousey issue because I wanted to talk about Drew Gulak's response, which was top tier stupidity on his part. But at the same time, he's acting like a guy who didn't do anything wrong. So, I mean, it is what it is. We'll see what happens to him, though. Whatever it is, they'll deal with it after WrestleMania, I'm sure. It's just sparing everybody. That sucks. Charmel is gorgeous, y'all. That's a beautiful woman. It's a fine sister. I wouldn't mind having dirty jungle sex with her. Animal sex. Is that what Kurt Angle's bestiality sex? No matter how many times, like when you like, I will say this: when I watched the Bray Wyatt and the Roman Reigns, and these guys are complaining about the stupid gimmicks that they had to do or stupid things that they had to say, they ain't got nothing on Kurt Angle, man. What Vince put Kurt Angle through was a shame. The milk, the bestiality sex, the anti-American stuff. I mean, the stuff that he had Kurt Angle doing was just absolutely unhinged. And Kurt never complained about any of that crap. My favorite year of the Attitude Era, I don't know, what year did it end? Well, it'd probably be 97. Right at the very beginning of it. But I tell you, like once we get into 99, bro, my WWF history gets foggy because I stopped watching. AJ3 says, other than Paul Heyman, who got out of the class of 2020 Hall of Fame speech you would be interested in? Oh, bro, that's a hell of a question because I honestly Honestly, nobody. Well, Thunderbolt Patterson, I guess. I wonder if he's gonna actually cut a promo, or is he gonna talk from the heart? Like, what is he gonna do? Why is Matt telling Jeff to kill himself to eliminate Edge? Why is Jeff doing it? Like, why aren't you trying to win the match, Jeff? Oh shit. Some brother you are, Matt. Lorenzo Granger is interested in WWE NXT Stand and Deliver. I do think it's going to be really fun. I don't know why they decided to just chuck 6-man matches on these cards, like at the last minute. Hey, we're going to throw a 6-man match on here. Why? What the fuck for? I do believe that these WrestleManias are going to suffer from not having surprises and being so top heavy. They gave so much time to The Rock and Roman and all those guys that nobody really cares about the other people on the show. But I don't know. The Triple H being super top heavy is garbage. Look at how they putting Edge on this gurney. They grabbing them all by the neck. That's not how you put somebody on the gurney, bro. WG Phil says, I think Drew should sue Ronda. I hate how women could name a guy on live TV to get him caught up as if the allegation is assault. Well, thankfully for him, he doesn't really need to be on TV. He doesn't really need to do anything, at this point. If anything, it'll derail the careers of a couple of young guys in NXT who was doing stuff with Drew Gulak, and they're probably not going to want those guys on. Well, they could take Gulak off TV and keep the other ones, I guess, but it really is screwing with those guys. But in terms of should Ronda get sued or something like that, if he thinks he can win, then sure. Just to clear your reputation. But if it doesn't really cause any kind of material harm to his career, like if he doesn't get fired or something for it, then I wouldn't even concern myself with it. I would basically go to Triple H and, hopefully he went to Triple H before he went on Twitter and tweeted about it. I would hope he would, he told WWE, this is what I'm going to do, and make sure they're okay with it. Oh shit, RKO off the rope, off the ladder. That was nice. That was nice. Lorenzo Granger likes Roxanne as a heel. Thinks she could be a very good heel. Develop more character. She needs to develop a way to talk. Her talking sucks. She sounds forced. Everything sounds forced. It feels forced. People are saying Io and Becky, and I guess you mean Io and Bayley, should main event night 1. Well, those people are retarded. And a lot of them, well, look, I hate to put it that way because a lot of these people are retarded, but they're retarded. And no offense to retarded people out there. But if you think that Io and Bayley should be the main event of WrestleMania, you're a nut. And there's just no faith in humanity. You shouldn't even vote. We should take away your right to vote, your right to own a gun, and you should be under the guardianship of the nearest adult if you think that Bayley and Io, under any circumstances, should main event WrestleMania. I hate to break it to you, but it's not real. You need to be on a strict med watch. I got so many water bottles in this room. God's sakes. I read the first 3 volumes of Dragon Ball. I'm reading the 3-in-1s on Dragon Ball. I ordered the first 3. I got 2 of them. my other one was supposed to be coming tomorrow. Sandland is coming in too. What is Booker T up with? Oh, he got down to save his wife. Oh, look at you, King Book. Why did Booker T take that twist of fate like that? But diversity. Who the hell cares about diversity? It's about money. There's half of the WrestleMania main event are non-white guys. You know, so what's the diversity? Diversity, my ass. Why is Finley bleeding? And where's he bleeding from? The back of his head? How you doing, Smooth Realism? None of the women's matches are worth of a main event. Which night is Becky and Rhea wrestling on? The first one? Because that might be the women's main event. You know, you might be able to put them as the co-main event on night one. And then have Becky and Io on night two. Or you might be able to put Becky and Io on night one and then put Rhea and Becky on night two. I didn't look at the cards. I have no idea. I don't pay attention to that kind of stuff. All I know is the cards is weak. I don't know what night Gunther going to be on. I have no idea. WG Fields doesn't know why she talking about this when she actively tried to work with, because she doesn't care. She's a shark. And I'm telling you, some of these people, they get jollies out of taking. Look, she has no. I saw a lot of people saying, like, why would she choose Drew Gulak of all people to take a shot at? It's like, well, I don't know why she would choose Drew Gulak of all people. That's why I'm not saying it didn't happen. And I fully believed upon hearing it that she was taking something and blowing it out of proportion. And that seems to be exactly what it is that she's taking an unfortunate incident and blowing it out of proportion. So it's not a matter of what does she has to gain. She's trying to sell books. What do you mean? What did she got to gain out of this? She's getting relevance out of this thing. But my thing is, if she was pitching to work with him, she wanted to work with him and all this kind of stuff. Why all of a sudden she's becoming a victim? It's because that's what these women do. You know, there's money in it, there's attention in it, and that's what she wants. People don't understand that for women, attention is currency. You know, not necessarily money, but attention. So that's sad. It's really sad. But it doesn't sound like he did anything that was worth getting fired over. Otherwise, she'd have told her husband, and they would have gotten into a fight. So it clearly was not that big a deal when it occurred, whatever it was. And, you know, it's really sad that he has to go through this shit. Was I a fan of Finley? Not really. I remember him from WCW and wasn't a fan. I didn't like him in WCW. He was boring. In WWE, he was less boring. But wasn't like a fan. Smooth Realism said the shit is ridiculous. I love how Becky lying through her teeth, pairing herself as a top draw next to Rock and Roman. She's talking about getting paid. She's probably gonna get the money she's asking for, even though she probably shouldn't. Becky's on the downslide of her career. She's done everything she could possibly do. She's just kind of running up the score now. You know, her and Charlotte. It's like they've done everything that they could possibly do. They're just going to be used to put over other people now, pretty much. Like I'm fully believing that this match between Rhea and Becky is a passing of the torch match. That's really what it is. You know, Vince saw it as a passing of the torch when he had Rhea beat Charlotte. I think Triple H looks at it as Rhea's got to beat Becky. And that's going to be the passing of the torch. I don't think Becky's going to do anything of note unless somebody gets injured. She's probably not going to do anything of note for a while. Am I going to buy or review Becky's book? If I can find it on PDF somewhere, yes, I will. I've seen a lot passages out of context already. And I don't really care about the career of Becky Lynch, but if the folks ask for it, I'll do it. Kennedy, what's a better '90s show, Fresh Prince or Family Matters? Oh, you talking about Family Matters sucks. I hate. Oh my god, it sucks so bad. Fresh Prince, easily because Family Matters sucks ass. It sucks ass. I like that it was different, but it sucks ass. It was just another kind of knockoff Cosby show. It wasn't as different as Fresh Prince of Bel Air. Because Fresh Prince of Bel Air wasn't. It was about a lot about class. You take this lower class guy, and you dump him in the suburbs, but it's not the suburbs even of his own city. It's actually not even the suburbs. It's like the wealthy area of the America, and basically you change that broke nigga's life. So, it's, you spared him the trouble, changed his life. I can't stand Family Matters though. It sucks. It sucks really bad. AJ3 says, if that's so, I feel it's about time we move past the horsewomen after WrestleMania and focus on a new crop of women like Ripley, Tiffany, and Jade. I agree. And if it's going to be a passing of the torch moment, then Bayley should lose too. But I'm thinking Bayley is probably going to win, and she should probably lose, if we're being honest, so that we can move beyond this four horsewomen thing that we've been involved with for 10 years now. Enough of that. Smooth Realism says, politics aside, with the bar being so low, I do believe Becky is levels above most females. At least she sounds believable and can talk. Somewhat has a gimmick. I I like Becky Lynch. I just don't love Becky Lynch. And I don't think Becky Lynch is as great as everybody says she is, but I like her. This is I love this movie. This Stone Cold Steve Austin movie. Man, The Condemned, I love this movie so much. I love The Condemned so much, it's ridiculous, bro. One day we're gonna do a watch along that's gonna be fucking The Condemned, I promise you. And it's gonna be sooner than you think. It's coming sooner than you think. And we're gonna watch The Condemned together as a family. Because I love this movie so much. It's one of those terrible action movies that I really actually like watching. Becky and Bayley are easily the best of the four horse face women. I don't know, man. I think Bayley tries very hard, man. But she's a utility player. I think just by definition of not being a superstar, Bayley's in fourth place when it comes to the four horsewomen. She's a utility player. Good baby face, good heel, but she's not a superstar. Mercedes is a superstar, at the very least. Becky's a superstar. Charlotte's a superstar.
I would like to congratulate myself for winning Money in the Bank. Secondly, I'd like to send a message to any superstar in the back who carries championship gold around his waist. You better grow eyes in the back of your freaking head, because I'm coming for you. Anytime, any place. Because I understand that nice guys, they always finish last. Dead last. So thank God I'm not a nice guy. Thank God I'm Mr. Kennedy. Thank God I am Mr. Money in the Bank.
I love this guy. I love Mr. Kennedy. Then he proceeds to lose he lost the briefcase to Edge. Jeez. Because of a stupid injury that was misdiagnosed. Oh, that sucks. The top guys didn't like him anyway, so he was fucked. Before Mr. Kennedy walked so Austin Theory could run, Vince McMahon guys that got, they pushes absolutely killed. I refuse to believe that Triple H was, Vince was still in control of the company and he let what happened to Austin Theory happen. I still don't believe that. Holy hell, it's the Great Khali. Whatever this is about to be bad because the Great Khali is involved in it, so it's not going to be good. I think he's wrestling Kane. Is that it? I didn't look at the card. Will Kennedy ever return? You know what? I've been asking myself that question too. Every Royal Rumble, I'm just kind of waiting for him to show up. But I think he's like in his 50s now, or like his late 40s. I don't think he's like early 40s like Carlito or something like that. He might be like late 40s. He's a great could have been. If he was gonna make a list of guys who could have been amazing in WWE, Kennedy's at the top of that list. That's why I talk about the lost decade of like Umaga and Lashley, MVP, Kennedy, Carlito, Brian Kendrick, Ted DiBiase, like all of those guys that WWE basically, Johnny Nitro, they basically pushed them and then gave up. Fed them to Cena, fed them to Orton, and just killed them, all of them. And they all left or got fired or whatever. I know that Umaga couldn't be helped, it was drugs. But Kennedy wasn't very well liked. Lashley, they fired his girlfriend, wife, or something like that, and he got pissy and left. MVP, they turned him babyface, killed his career. He got pissy and left. Shelton Benjamin, just they fucked him over something terrible, and then he left. Carlito, he got branded as being lazy, and they ran him out of there. Chris Masters, he just didn't get it in time. He was way too young. He didn't get it. He ended up getting fired. He got fired twice. That's crazy. Johnny Nitro, they didn't respect him because he was letting his girl get fucked. I don't remember them having a pentagram at WrestleMania. Nitro was letting people plug his girl. He was a cuck. Vince don't respect cucks, so it was over for him. It was trouble. You know what? Speaking of cuck, I don't want to talk about this guy, but that Destiny fellow, I just saw a clip of him talking about how him and his wife was doing cuck shit. And he let some Arab dude cuck him for like 4 days straight. I'm like, what the hell? Who listens to that shit? Who sits down and listens to this dude talk about somebody else plowing his wife while he watched for 4 days? Like, what? I wouldn't even want to sit and listen to that. Man, look at Kane's back. He is so pale. Ugh. Like a giant stack of mashed potatoes. Smooth Rhythm says, status-wise, she's not as accomplished, but she's more well-rounded. Kind of pun intended with the peach. She can be funny and good on the mic, capable of displaying genuine-looking emotion. Yeah, Bailey is really good. I always say she's the female version of Chris Jericho, where she's good at everything, great at very little, and I absolutely would want a Bailey on my roster. I absolutely would want Bailey on my roster. But I don't think that you can sell a bunch of gimmicks with Bailey's face on it. I don't think she's definitely going to be missed when her time is up. But I don't think that it's going to be a thing where there's a huge miss on the roster. You know, it's kind of hard to explain. Sasha and Charlotte are NPCs, personality and character wise. Well, Charlotte is most definitely. This most recent reboot wasn't working out at all either. Kennedy made up with Orton and took accountability. Is that so? I don't know. When was the last time I saw those guys? Or was that Triple H? I mean, CM Punk. I know CM Punk and Randy Orton made up. I know they're best buds now. I didn't watch their video, but I saw clips of the video of them talking about. It was very cute, actually. It was very weird. He said they'd be giving Kane random matches. Kane ended up getting the Undertaker matches. This is an Undertaker match. You know, there was a time where Vince would have had Great Khali versus Undertaker at WrestleMania. Now Kane's in this spot. He truly is the little brother. Big Daddy Trip 619 says he hopes Roman retains. Cody cringe Rose is boring. You know, I love the chaos. I'm all for Roman winning. No, I'm not even gonna hold you up. I'm all for Roman winning. Roman winning is best for content, but Cody is dead meat if he doesn't win the belt. That's all I can say. I don't think you can do it a third time. So if he doesn't win this time, bro, it's over. You know, and I don't think you want to kill your golden goose like that. And you can't start the run over. So it's not like Cody can win the belt at Mania, then lose it back at Backlash, and then Roman is just as strong as he was before. No, because you've broken the title run at that point. But I think they might be tempted to do that. Triple H probably will do it. Big Daddy Trip says Cody might even turn heel at SummerSlam with Paul Heyman helping him. That's what I would do. I wouldn't do that. I think Cody is too hype. You need a top baby face. And right now, Cody is doing a good job. If you took what he got a meat hook. Oh, he did that stupid movie. So is this about to be a disqualification? So what was I saying? If you turn Cody, who's gonna be your top baby face? You know, you have no top. You got to keep Cody. He's your top baby face. After seeing him simp for Janelle Grant, Roman should win. Well, most of those dudes are simping for Janelle Grant at this point. Punk simp for her pretty hard too. I mean, it is what it is. There's worse things that guys have done that would make me say, okay. Like Punk's whole thing with the Rainbow Coalition and all those people. I can't stand that stuff. Cody did that too, and that's more aggravating to me than the Janelle Grant stuff. Oh, good body slam there. That was kind of dope. You didn't see Khali get body slammed that often. Khali should have kicked out at one. Like he would have done that today. Taker versus Khali period was sucked. But instead of building it up like Vince would have done, he gave it to us almost immediately and had Khali win. I remember that shit. I remember. I think I saw it on the internet where he like chopped Undertaker in the head and pinned him. Boy, I was like, this is the dumbest fucking thing. But I'm glad he didn't make it to WrestleMania with that. Because Khali is just so bad. I don't understand why his matches wasn't like 5 minutes. He should beat everybody in like 3 minutes or less and then call it a day. He probably would have got over if that's what he would have done. Cody is cringe as a face. He would be way better as a heel. Okay, so who is going to be your top heel, your top baby face? And why would Cody turn to be like the number 3 heel? It doesn't make sense. He's not a top 2 heel because he's not bigger than Roman or Rock. So he'd be a bigger heel than Gunther. So maybe he'll be top 3. But if you're not going to be number 1, why turn? That literally doesn't make sense. Punk coming back will be the top face or even MJF. No, MJF's not a top baby face. Forget it. Punk as a top baby face is going to kill your company. He's 45, 46. No. You need somebody who is you need somebody recent, Jey Uso is got the charisma and the personality, but his in-ring skills is not good. I know the in-ring part is not anything anybody cares about, but he still has the Usos moveset. He doesn't have anything new that he's used in the last decade. AJ can we talk about the tagline of All Elite Wrestling is where the best wrestle? In reference of that clip I saw on the WCW tagline where the Big Boys played it and about the Attitude Era. Tony Khan is just painfully uncreative. That's really what his problem is. We're the best wrestle. That sounds stupid because nobody cares about where the best wrestle. Nobody gives a shit about wrestling. Are they doing a Divas When We Were Young joint? Oh, isn't that nice? Oh my goodness. Anybody have like a women's 8-man tag or something? If Vince never left, is Roman still champion? Probably not. He probably would have put the belt on Drew in Wales, probably. He probably wouldn't. We definitely would have probably. We most certainly would have gotten Roman versus Cody at WrestleMania last year. But I don't. I think he would have coughed the belt up by now. I think Vince would have been. He probably wouldn't have saw the vision or the desire to have Roman be champion that long. Oh, Extreme Expose. Oh, Layla is there. Oh, what was that other girl? I know it's Kelly, Layla. Who's that other one? Layla's so fine. I don't know what to do with myself. I can't even look at her. Voca King says, I lost trust in Roman after lazy around on a feud. Might give it to Cody. Yeah, I don't think Roman cares anymore, man. After they screwed him out of his feud with The Rock, I don't think he gives a shit. You know, I don't think he cares. I think he probably looked at that and said, "Ah, damn, now I got to hang around another year." Oh shit, it's Slick. Is this the last time Slick was on WWE TV? It's Dusty.
Dusty Road.
See, this is kind of vent shit that I miss. It's like Sergeant Slaughter, Dusty Rhodes, Slick, and Jimmy Hart all in a segment backstage at WrestleMania. This is over the top. Wait a minute. Is Gerald Briscoe a real Indian doing woo Indian? Huge pop. Just like Ricky Steamboat is really Japanese, like half Japanese, and he's doing like stereotype Japanese shit. What is going on with these people, man? Could you imagine Vince McMahon telling fucking Gerald Briscoe, man? What is going on here? Cody was a made man after that pec injury. After that, he blew up. Yeah, everybody respected him. You know, everybody respected him. He knows what he's doing. The Code Meister. He knows what he's doing. The fact that Khali won the world title, I'm not surprised. He's 7 foot whatever, 8 foot whatever. Bum ass Tigers. Randy Orton is the top. Randy Orton can't even take bumps. LA Knight is 40. None of these people are young. You need like a young guy, maybe Braun Breaker, I guess. Nowadays, sympathy, hard work, relatability, and social media presence can get you over with the fans, even if you're midway. Most wrestlers are mid, if we be honest. Very few are. Oh, this MVP entrance kind of rocks. I like the cheerleaders and shit. It's kind of dope. It's simple, but it fits the gimmick. I wish they had a routine or something. They seem to just be doing random stuff. I want to say this is the first singles match, and I forgot that Khali Kane thing happened already. I know this is MVP versus Chris Benoit, so this rules. Chris Francis, how you doing? He wanted Roman to lose last year. I guess you're talking about Triple H. I mean, not Triple H, but Vince. Yeah, I can see Vince, putting the belt on Cody or putting the belt on Drew. I certainly don't think he would have been champion this long. I think these long title runs is a sign that Triple H has been in control. I don't know why Triple H wants this thing to be the NWA, where these guys wrestle forever and these things go on forever. Oh yeah, I hate Silk the Shocker. Silk the Shocker is legitimately one of the worst rappers of all time, without question. One of the worst rappers of all time. I mean, he couldn't find the beat. If you literally put his vocals on it, he'd still be off beat. Oh, Chris Benoit. Boy, oh boy. Oh, very interesting. Hell of a hell of a wrestler. I can't say much else about him. Volker King, how many long reign champions? Pretty much all of them. I think everybody who's a champion right now in WWE has been a champion for at least 100 days. And most of them are facing beatable opponents at WrestleMania. You know, nobody is in a match they absolutely must lose. So, I don't know. Triple H is, I don't know. I don't know. I just want to know, like, what's the Cody winning the belt is got to be the feel good moment of WrestleMania, because I can't see any other feel good moment. Unless Bayley wins, then I guess that could be the feel good moment of the event. But part of WrestleMania is the feel good moment. So what's going to be the feel good moment of night one? The Rock losing? You know, one of those. Like, there's very few opportunities. Feel good moment. Sami Zayn winning is a feel good moment, but I don't think people don't want Sami Zayn to win. So I don't know. Cody winning is night two. Bayley winning, I guess, is a feel good moment, but they haven't really done a good job of feel good moments. You know, first down. I give Silk credit for being extremely successful despite the fact that he has no talent. And when I legit, when I first heard Silk the Shocker, I thought that the rap game was finished. Like, just there's no way you can rebound from this guy selling so many records. You know, I don't care how many beats by the pound, instrumentals you put behind him. He sucks. And then I realized I didn't know for a while until I started reading the magazines. No Limit blew up before I started reading the magazines. And I didn't know he was Master P's brother. And once I realized that, I was like, that explains it all. It explains everything. He's not gonna let his little brother fail, but he sucks. So he just threw Mystical on his records and sold some extra records. So this shit sucks. Is EO retaining because Triple H like long title runs as a heel? Because it's stupid NWA booking. It sucks. If EO wins, who is he going to lose the belt to? That's going to be my question. Let's say EO beats Bayley. Who does she lose the belt to? Jade? Then how long is it going to take for Jade to get to that point? 3 months? 4 months? Oh, Master P sucks too. Yeah, absolutely. But he was the owner of the company, so that's why it made sense. Like, once I realized that Master P owned the company, I was like, all these people are bums. They all suck except Mystical. He was okay, but everybody else in No Limit was absolutely terrible. But Master P owning the company, all right. It's like when Birdman used to rap. It's like, ugh, of course he's gonna make his own records. And then C Murder is his brother. Okay, Mr. Magic is he's alright, I guess. But I was like, as I picked through No Limit, I was like, this stuff is terrible. Even the Snoop Dogg stuff is terrible. A lot of people give Master P credit for revitalizing Snoop Dogg's career, which is true. They did do that. They saved Snoop Dogg's career, but his material in No Limit sucked. His albums sucked. Like a West Coast guy on these bouncy Southern beats, it didn't work. It worked when he started working with Pharrell and all those guys. That was better. That was much better. It seemed to fit Snoop Dogg more. It created a new sound and a new vibe for Snoop. But that No Limit stuff was trash. It was all garbage. It was all bad. I don't know if Master P still owns House of Glory. I know that I know he bought it. I don't know if he sold it. Because I was looking that up recently, actually, like a couple months ago. I looked to see if he still owned it or not. Because I noticed that they started spending a little bit more money than before. Um, uh, Black Saiyan 97 says, wonder how the business would be if Benoit didn't do what he did. It'd probably be slightly better than it is today, but it probably wouldn't be much better. Uh, do I have missing teeth? I have a broken tooth, and it's a broken like molar, but I don't have any missing teeth. Like well, I guess it's technically missing. Like half of it is broken. Um, Chris was almost considered a vanilla midget. No, he wasn't almost, because he was a vanilla midget. He was one of the guys Nash was talking about. Benoit had intensity though, and he could garner sympathy, so it worked. Better than most. But he was definitely a vanilla midget. Have you ever Have you ever banged a she-male? Why would I do that? A she-male is a male. Why would I bang males? Have you ever banged a she-male, sir? What do they taste like? Top dog, do you think Tupac is overrated? Absolutely. Absolutely. He's a good rapper, but not the greatest of all time and all that other horseshit. Lil Romeo, his son, he tried to make him the Lil Bow Wow 2.0. Oh my god, that was so cringe. When he started doing that, that was cringe. Like that's when you tell Master P was trying too hard. That was very cringe. No Limit, Master P albums were good, and so were Snoop's. I don't know what's wrong with your ears, brother. They may have had good singles, but I listened to those Snoop Dogg, Master P albums. No, no. And I thought it was because I hated Southern hip hop that I didn't like No Limit. But that's not true because I love like Cash Money, and I like early Ti when he was first getting started, up to like 2006 or something like that. And I like Outkast, and I like Jeezy's first two albums. I didn't like Jeezy when he first came out either. Um, I liked Southern hip hop. I just didn't like No Limit. They suck. That No Ledger Soldier song with Devin the Dude was fired. It was fire. Devin the Dude is great. Anything with Devin the Dude rules. It's the only one he liked. Sexy song with chick singing vocals. I had to check it out. I haven't heard this song in forever. My thoughts on Common's Electric Circus album. I think it was actually one of his weaker albums. That and what was the album that Pharrell did? That one was kind of weak too. Universal Mind Control. Mm, mm-mm. Those were. I think that people get kind of jazzed about the whole Jay Dilla thing, and look, Dilla is fantastic. Don't get me wrong, but I didn't really like that album. I didn't like that album. I liked his album with Kanye. It was so much better, and I liked like Water for Chocolate, and I liked what's it called, Retrospective or whatever for Life or whatever. Um, he had that song with Cannabis on there that I thought was pretty dope, and I hate Cannabis, and I thought that song was great. I was a fan of the first two Mobb Deep albums. I love The Infamous and Hell on Earth. Both of those were really good. After that, I like Getaway, which is a single, of course. Um, and I like Get It Twisted when it first started playing. Like I like how sinister the beat was, but I really wasn't a big fan of Mobb Deep. I never really got into it. I liked Prodigy's solo album. Like I liked the song he did with BG, Young Black Entrepreneurs, and I liked The album he did with Alchemist, Albert Einstein. I like both of those. Yeah, Dilla's sound is fantastic. The problem is, I just don't think the album stands out. Like, I think it's partly because, and it was the same thing with other material that I think Dilla has done, where I don't think Dilla is meant to do the whole album. Why is that the finish? He beat him with a flying headbutt. Why was that the finish? It was a good match, though. Jesus Christ, why was that the finish? What a weird finish. I'll beat you with the flying headbutt. I'm going over, son. Wow. MVP. Why did you let him talk you into the flying headbutt finish? Not the flying headbutt, brother. Ugh. Anyway. Temperature rising from Mobb Deep still holds up. Timestamp is 1 hour 1 hour 5 minutes 22 seconds. I have not listened to Griselda. I have not listened to anything. I'll listen to snippets of what they've done, but I've never sat down and listened to like all their material. The last time I listened to like entire camp stuff was like Odd Future. I didn't like Tyler the Creator. I liked Earl Sweatshirt though, and I hate Tyler the Creator. He fucking sucks. That's before I found out he was gay. Not that it was going to change my mind, but I was like, this kid sucks. He's like another black Eminem, just going to say wild shit on records. And people kept talking to me, listening to don't listen to Tyler the Creator, man. Listen to this. And I hear that shit, and I'd be like, man, why are y'all listening to this crap? Like, legit, why are y'all listening to this shit? And that's why I figured like I was too old to be listening to that stuff. But I did like there was a couple of Earl Sweatshirt tapes that people played for me that I liked. He did like a joint mixtape or something like that I thought was pretty cool. Oh, it's Donald Trump. Her boobs are out, bro. Donald Trump no selling the boogeyman. What the fuck? If you're gonna get me some food. Completely no sales, the fucking guy. No. He said, who the hell are you? The overrated rappers of the night. Oh shit. I have to put some thought into that. All I know is Tupac is on the list and Snoop's on the list. That's easy. Those two are certainly on there. Not that Snoop was whack or anything. It's just Snoop fell off after his first album and didn't bounce back until like 10 years later. Like I've never seen that happen to anybody. Somebody have a great first album, fall off a goddamn cliff, and don't come back until like 10 years later and be any good. Oh, hey, Nickel Bachwinkle. I didn't know he got put in while he was alive. That's great. Oh, that's fantastic. I love Nick Bachwinkle. Shit. It's in my ears. A lot of people who came out in the night, well, I guess you could say Big L. I know a lot of people tear my head off for saying that. But I think a lot of people overrate Big L. They think he's going to change the game or something like that. Like, not really. That punchline Cassidy shit, it wasn't going to last very long. It was unique for its time. Because the only guys that was doing that was like him and I think Cameron. And Cam changed his style before he really blew up. Do I think Keith Lee is too fat to be a good? I think no, no. I'll just say no. Okay, I'll just say no. I don't think he's too fat to be a good wrestler. I'm not sure he's got it anymore though. I think it's over for him. This Hall of Fame class is badass. Jerry Lawler, Jim Ross, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Not Stone Cold Steve Austin. Jim Ross, Nick Bockwinkel, Kurt Hennig. This is a great class right here. How many rap CDs do I have? Man, a lot. I got a lot. I got two. I think I got 2 or 3 booklets full. I used to just collect people's albums, even if I didn't listen to them. Even though I did eventually listen to everything. But then I started giving stuff away, like I usually do. I hoard things. Like I go through these. Like right now, I'm into comic books and manga and stuff. I have like tons of that shit, and then over time, stuff starts to disappear, and I can't find it. Like uh, so I probably had more CDs that I gave away and all that kind of stuff, but I got tons of CDs, bro. Tons. And I probably got rid of so many of them, broke a couple of them, played some of them until they scratched and couldn't play anymore and all that kind of stuff. Why is the Hall of Fame induction so weak? Because Triple H don't know what the fuck he doing. Instead of just putting Bray Wyatt in the Hall of Fame like he should have, he decided he's going to put it in the U.S. Express and then say, "Oh, it's the family. They wanted to wait." Like, are you serious? Are you serious? And then you did this documentary with everybody crying in it. Come on, man. Like, what's the issue here? What are we doing? What are we doing here? And then it seemed like I don't know, man. I get that there's a lot of people who are dead that we want to see in the Hall of Fame, but now is the time. Philly is great. You should have put Bam Bam Bigelow in. Unless you're going back to New York at some point in time soon, should have put Bam Bam Bigelow in. I mean, why is he not in there? Philly would have been great. He's an ECW guy. He's a WWF guy. Why is Sid not in the Hall of Fame yet? You know, like there's a lot of living people we could have done, and we decided The Rock's grandma had to be put in the Hall of Fame. Stop this. Stop the madness. Not that she's, not a good person or anything like that, but let's just be real about this thing. She was like the owner of a dead promotion. Top Dog says going back and listening to Push It by Salt and Pepper from the 80s was an underrated time for rap, pre-gangster rap takeover. Yeah, because it was party music and it's not vulgar, actually. You clearly know what they're talking about, but it was in the same vein as songs in the 70s and 80s. Like, they would have Inside My Love. Like, you know what she's talking about, but she's not vulgar. So you could play it on the radio and stuff. So when they go, push it, you know what she means, but nowadays they just be like, put your dick in my pussy, 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 pussy. There's no mystery to it. There's nothing that can hide it from the kids. Like they used to be so subtle, you know. Hey, why is Alpha's eyes so bugged up? What's going on with him? Yeah, the Hall of Fame sucks this year. Triple H has botched everything, bro. Do I think Eminem's first album sounded like an Insane Clown Posse album? I've never heard an Insane Clown Posse album, so I do not know. I do remember listening to Eminem's first album. I remember hearing it on tape, and it was probably the dumbest shit I've ever heard. But at the same time, I liked the raps because I was into rapidy rap at the time. But Eminem is the kind of guy where I give him his credit for being a good MC, but I'll never listen to anything that he does. I haven't listened to Eminem in forever. His albums have no replay value as far as I'm concerned. That doesn't mean he doesn't have good tracks. Like there's good concept songs that he did, like "Saying Goodbye to Hollywood," like "Stan." Uh, there's some Superman. I like Superman's a fun song. There's things that he did that I liked, but listening to a whole Eminem album, forget about it. Just forget it. I'm not listening to that shit. Smooth Rhythm. So I know the underrated guys like Tribe Called Quest, Keith Murray, Cypress Hill, Outkast at the time. Yeah, I never was a fan of Keith Murray. I never was a fan of Cypress Hill either. But people do like those guys. You know, Keith Murray had a nice little following. He just reminded me a lot of Corrupt, and I don't like Corrupt either. They're just kind of boring, rapidy rap guys. Like no real personality to them. You can't tell one from the other. Just kind of like whatever. The WWE Hall of Fame isn't a hall. Then what is it? You heard Eminem 313 that was made in '96, and the shit was bars he was hitting for that time. Yeah, some of the underground stuff that he did, it wasn't bad. The Dr. Dre thing definitely kicked it up a notch because he was doing rapidy rap shit, and that stuff wasn't going to get over at all. Once he started adding a little bit more personality to his records, I think that's really what won people over. Eminem has tremendous charisma. On top of actually being a good MC, he has tremendous charisma. And he had a great sense of humor. But I see why people was buying the shit at the time. I just don't understand why people listen to it today. That's it. Like I get people listening to it at the time. I just don't understand why people listening to it today. Was Gina from Martin the one singing and Push It? It looked like her. No, Salt and Pepper, I forget which one of them. It might have been Peppa that did the hook. But no, it wasn't Gina from Martin. She's probably in the music video though. I don't remember. I haven't seen the video in forever. When did I get super chats enabled? I don't know, man. Like YouTube is just doing whatever they want. Like I turned the monetization, like I turned the ads and stuff on, and that's about it. But I don't remember turning on super chats and all that. I don't know how any of that shit works. They keep sending me videos to watch so that I can do stuff, but they also keep complaining about my content. Like they keep telling me limited to my monetization, and I'm like, I don't understand why. And I think some people who have been on YouTube for a little while says the cursing, especially the F bombs. I'm just kind of like, I don't care. I probably could make more money off this thing if I adhere to whatever they want me to adhere to. I just don't feel like following those goddamn rules. I do this to chill. This is not a second job, man. So I'll just take whatever pennies they want to give me, and it'll help. I can get a sandwich or something. Tisha had a song called She did. Oh, I don't remember that. They might have sampled her then. Yeah, they might have sampled her then. I would have to. I didn't hear that song though. So I didn't know she was like a legit had a song singer. Like I thought she was just like a multi-talented actress. Let me tell you, like my excitement for Batista and Undertaker was tremendous. I was over the moon for this joint, bro. I was so far away from the ring, I couldn't see the ring if you threw the fucking thing on top of me. But I had to be in the building for this joint. This Batista and Undertaker thing, I was ready. I'll run your brain around the block so I can jog your fucking memory. I hate that cannabis shit. Who is that? Those are cannabis bars, bro. I can't stand that shit. Oh my god, that's that Chino XL garbage, bro. I'll be hearing that stuff and be like, what is wrong with these dudes? You definitely overthinking rap at that point. I'll call your bluff like it had a phone number. What? I get it, but shut up. I get it. Shut up. And who cares? What did Chino XL say? Some shit about putting a microphone through somebody's chest or something? Um, or some dumb shit like that. But Black saying they said they edit the crowd. Batista got booed here. I don't remember him getting booed a lot in the building. Clearly they weren't excited to see him. There was a pro Undertaker crowd, but I don't remember him getting booed. I think I would have remembered if he'd got booed out of the building. It was a pro Undertaker crowd, though, that's for sure. But what's my least favorite Undertaker gimmick after the Load of Darkness? Oh, ooh, maybe American Badass, because I wasn't a huge fan of that. Load of Darkness was terrible, though. It's terrible. Truly, like the gimmick was great, but the matches and everything that surrounded it was bad. And for as much as people really gave Vince grief for what he did with the Fiend and all that kind of stuff, he did that same shit to the Lord of Darkness, man. Just beating them every which way but loose. He did the same thing to Kane. It's like, bro, he can't stand these. He likes to monetize these supernatural gimmicks, but he's gonna kill these fucking guys, man. He does it every time. It's like because they almost always heals, so he's gonna have his baby faces kill them, and then he overdoes it. He doesn't let them get their stuff back in. So he just has guys like Steve Austin kick their ass forever. He's like, oh, that sucks. Smooth Realism loves that shit. I I never was a fan of like the the Red Mans, the Keith Murrays, the Corrupts, Cannabis. I just never became a fan of those guys, man. It's like every it's like every man rap. You know, there's no personality there that I can grab onto or I could. Now, Redman is kind of funny. He's got some humor to him, which is why I liked. Um, what's the album that had the like the Kool-Aid Man thing where he's breaking through the bricks or whatever, and he had like that song with Busta Rhymes. I thought that was tremendous. That was my favorite Redman song. It's a joint he did with Busta Rhymes. The Goodness. And Mongo, what's the timestamp? It is 1 hour 22 minutes. 1 hour 22 minutes. I'm at Undertaker's entrance. Did I listen to the Beastie Boys? I did not. I listened to the Beastie Boys when I got older. I couldn't get through their first album. I just didn't like it. I don't know. She sung it on the talent episode of Martin. Oh, I don't remember that. I don't remember that. Only thing I remember a lot of bits from Martin. I don't remember that though. Everything about the Lord of Darkness was set up for it to be fun. Same thing with Gangrel. But Vince, despite the fact that he likes to monetize those gimmicks, he just likes to beat those guys a lot. And it kills the gimmicks when they're like super gothic and then they go out and they get beat by like normal guys. Go out there and get stunned by Stone Cold and get beat. You're like, come on, man, get the fuck out of here with that. That's why I guess I was mad when he did it to the Fiend. But now that I think about it, I'm like, man, he did shit to Undertaker too. He have Undertaker lose like regular guys. Like regular old dudes. You just get pinned. Like, why? That's because Vince like to make his superstars look like superstars, I guess. This match ruled, by the way. This match ruled ass. Smooth Riddle says he likes some trap rappers. I love this dude from Texas called Splurge. It's the energy. Well, if he's from Texas, he's probably all right. Texas, has a pretty good hit rate when it comes to rappers. I haven't heard of him though. Haven't heard of him. Where's he from in Texas? Hopefully not Dallas, because Dallas sucks. Dallas does not have a good music scene. Houston, good. Dallas, nope. Top Dog still don't know how Stone Cold doesn't get hate for beating Kane and Taker in the same night. That's some Super Cena stuff right there. I think if you actually mention it to anybody, they'll probably say they forgot that it even happened, bro. And that's the Like he beat Rock 2 years in a row. Like imagine if that stuff would have happened today. The Rock gets beat 2 years in a row at WrestleMania. People would be like, "Oh, he's dead. It's over." And that's what we're looking at with this Cody Rhodes thing. But at least The Rock went into WrestleMania as a champion. One of those times. Doc's the name. Yeah, that's the name of the album. Doc's the name. I didn't care about Redman. Redman was not a guy I liked, but I did like that song with Busta Rhymes, and I liked "I'll Be There." I liked the music video. The music video was great. He had the girl get hit by the car. That rule. So I liked Redman. He had a little bit of a personality. Most of those other guys are just boring rapidy rap guys. I can't stand that shit. He says, you know what? It's a complaint too. They're formulaic, but it's like cruiserweights. Every now and again, they're fun. I don't mind when they do songs with other people. Like I don't like Redman, but I like Redman and Method Man together because I love Method Man, so it works. Like I was just talking about Cannabis, who I think is absolute trash. But when you put Cannabis with Common and they were doing, um, oh, I forget what the name, Make a Name for Ourselves. That's the name of the song. It worked when you put them together. When you put Cannabis on the Posse record with LL and DMX and all them, it works. If I had to listen to Cannabis by himself, though, get out of here with that. I don't want it. I don't want to. He's a good feature. He's not a good. I want to sit down and listen to Cannabis. And I lived through. There's only two times where I actually feared for my life on the internet. One is when I dissed Hunter x Hunter in the anime forums. I was legit like, oh my god, I'm either going to get banned or one of these weirdos is going to show up on my doorstep screaming at me about how Gon is the greatest MC in the history of anime. And when I dissed Cannabis during my time on, on the hip hop boards, if I legitimately felt like somebody's going to pop up like a sniper was going to jump out of my bush and shoot me in the head because I said Cannabis sucks. It's like those are the only two times I've ever feared for my life on the internet. And I still stand by those. I got pretty close when I was dissing Joe Budden. I thought he was trash too, but those two specifically, I was like, yeah, those are like the two hottest takes of the era. And I said that I didn't want to listen to fucking Cannabis. Everybody thought I was crazy. Like no, I'm dead serious. Like I think he did like a 15-minute song or something like that. I'm like, bro, who cares about this shit? Like. And then I ended up really caping for like the game when he did it. Like he did like 100 bars and whatever. I thought that was great. But Cannabis, no, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that at all. AJ3 likes Redman, like the MTV Crib. I just found out that everybody lied on MTV Cribs, and I'm not surprised. Like I wasn't heartbroken over it. Actually, I should have known that from the beginning, but I think that somebody did an expose on MTV Cribs and about how everything on it was fake. Which New York borough has the best music scene? Oh, Brooklyn. Brooklyn. Brooklyn is easy. Um, you had MOP, you had Jay Z, Biggie, Busta. Um, oh, well, Queens is pretty close because you had. Well, no, you had Big Daddy Kane. He's from Brooklyn. From Queens, you got Nas, you got Mobb Deep, you got LL Cool J, you got Run DMC. So maybe Queens. Maybe Queens. Um, Nori and Capone. Yeah, maybe Queens. Maybe Queens. Have I ever heard of New Jobbies? Absolutely. He did the Samurai Champloo soundtrack, and he was the Japanese Jay Dilla. Very good. See, that's really good music if you're in college and you want to sit down and just like focus. I don't like the rappers that are on there. And I recently got into people over that too. I think New Jobbies instrumentals were perfectly fine, and we didn't need those rappers on there at all. But it's good music to like just chill to. You know, just you can just put that stuff on anywhere. Like it's stuff you can play with your kids or whatever. It's just good, clean hip hop music. The samples are pretty fucking dope, and it really makes a really good atmosphere. And I think Reflection Eternal, which is a new Jobby song, I t- I told this chick to play it at my funeral. I don't know if she's actually gonna do it or not. Common's best song is the joint he did with Mary J. Uh no, it's The Light. The Light is easy, the best thing he's ever done, without a shadow of a doubt. The Light is tremendous. I wouldn't even listen to Common if it wasn't for The Light. Austin was on the come up back when WWE had Hart, Michaels, Taker, top three guys. Everyone else was mid Carters. Well, they did. They didn't need to be like a lot of those guys, man. That Vince he just put his boot on their neck, like Owen Hart, Jeff Jarrett, Bulldog to a degree. He basically was just holding those guys down, you know. And I think basically he just saw those three guys were his top guys, and those were three guys he was running with. If it wasn't one of those three guys, he didn't care. But he could have absolutely used Owen better. Could have used Jeff Jarrett better. Like Jeff would have been a great opponent for Brett. Like as a rival, like the Jarrett Bret Hart matches could have been off the charts with some good storyline attached to it. They really could have did some good shit. But no, I don't know why they didn't do that. People think Gon was the greatest MC in anime. Yikes, man! I'm telling you, this was every anime season. People have that. You know, they did it with One Punch Man. They're doing it now with Jujutsu Kaisen. They did it not too long ago with My Hero Academia. Every season, they get whoever the MC is, they kind of really take it and blow it out. At that time, it was Gon and Hunter x Hunter. So when I said that this show is boring and I can't watch it, it sucks. People just thought I was the craziest motherfucker on the internet. They thought I was just trying to be edgy. They thought I was trolling. I'm like, no, I did not actually sit through all 100 episodes of Hunter x Hunter until like maybe 5 or 6 years later. I was like, I can't watch this shit. It sucks. I used to always get to when they get to explaining what Nen is, and it's so much exposition. I'm like, oh, this is so terrible. I don't care what it is. Let's just do something else. Literally, let's do anything else. And then I think I got challenged to watch the Chimera Ant arc. They said, oh, just watch the Ant arc. If you just watch that, you'll agree that Hunter x Hunter is the greatest anime, blah, 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 blah. I watched all of that show through the Chimera Ant arc. And the first thing I saw when I saw that fucking ant is I was like, bro, why is Cell on this show? And then they started playing like, was it Gunji or chess or something? And I was like, bro, what the fuck are they doing? They're just sitting here playing board games. And that's when I realized that a lot of Hunter x Hunter is not traditional shonen. It's very psychological. It's so over the top. And I was like, you know what? I hate this show, and I don't understand why anybody's watching it, and I'll never watch it again. And that was it. And every time anybody talks about Hunter x Hunter, I will talk about how the main villain of the entire show, the one that everybody talks about, never met the main character of the show. Okay, they never crossed paths. They never crossed paths, and I'm like, this show sucks. This show is stupid. And then I was very interested in the Kurapika story of the eyeballs and everything, and then he fucking disappears. He doesn't come back. I'm like, wait a minute. Well, the story's not finished yet. They're not done with they're not done with the manga. Blah 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 blah. Fucking manga's still going on. It's been 15 years or something like that. Nah, man, that show sucks. I hate Hunter x Hunter. And then I really got pissy when they finally found Gon's dad, and there was no big like emotional moment or anything like that. It was very much subverting expectations, the show. And I was like, this sucks. We spent more time on one of these octopus or crab ants than we spent on Gon and his dad. Like this sucks. This show sucks. It sucks. And I don't care what anybody says. I don't give a fuck about that shit. But that's like I went through Naruto for the first time and Bleach last year. That's how it was with Hunter x Hunter. I would get to a certain point, I would watch it up to a certain point and not be able to get over the hump. I'm like, I can't watch no more. For when it comes to Bleach, it was when you find out that Ichigo is like half hollow or whatever. Like when that happens, every time I just instantly lose interest in the product and I don't want to watch it anymore. Last year I was watching it with you guys and I finally pushed through it. Finally saw the shit through. And I'm like, no, this sucks. And people was shitting on Fairy Tail, and I was like, at least Fairy Tail doesn't pretend to be something it's not. It's as kind of garbage as it kind of is, as ass pulley as it is, and the power of friendship and all that shit. It doesn't pretend to be something it's not. And Bleach doesn't either. The pretentious shit is like Naruto and Hunter x Hunter. Those are the most pretentious animes out there. As people overthinking it. And I was like, you don't have to overthink this shit. You're doing too much. But Hunter x Hunter is by far, I can't stand it. Evangelion too. I fuck Evangelion. I know a lot of people are very upset about that. Fuck Evangelion. All right, I hate that fucking show. Smooth Realism says he complained about rappers that their stories and topics are formulaic as hell. It's like everyone fits in a box, and most of them are bragging differently. Yeah. I'm okay with braggadocious rap if you have personality. If you have personality and charisma, you can come across as being different even when you're the same as everybody else. Sean Price. Yeah, Sean Price is from, I think, Brooklyn too, right? Yeah, he's really good. Was I Team DX or Team NWO? Well, I was always a WWF guy. Do I remember when Russell Simmons tried to have his own horrorcore rap group? I don't. Horrorcore is not really a thing that I spend a lot of time on. I tried listening to what's that stupid kid who tried to be Eminem? Not Tyler the Creator, not Kendrick Lamar. It was another stupid kid who thought he wanted to be Eminem. The skinny one who raps fast. I can't stand that kid either. Black Sand 97 says he listens to Love Sick every day, any day. Oh my god. There's so many I think it's Lady Brown by New Jabbies. I love that song, man. It's so good. Like a lot of his stuff is so good. Oh yeah, Coogee Rap. I forgot about him. See, the thing is, Coogee Rap. The lisp. It's the lisp. But I did like some of his early material. I did like a lot of his early material. Royal Zen Rhapsody by New Jabbies. Yes, that's very good. Common is a terrible actor. You know what? I've seen very few movies with Common in it. I always imagined that Common got a lot of those acting roles and stuff because he was doing shit with Obama. I would imagine that a lot of that stuff became patronage because I don't think he's that talented. He's a good rapper though. He's a good poet. But like when he started popping up everywhere, I was like, yeah, this got to be that Obama rub. Vocal King says that Hunter x Hunter exposition got worse than the main. Oh no! How can it get worse? They over-explain everything, bro. That really helped me in my writing, though. I will say that. Like when I learned that you don't have to explain every detail of everything, that really helped me write because I at that point was like, you know what? Some things need to be left to the imagination. You don't have to over explain everything to me. And everybody doesn't need to have a backstory. And so that when I went back and started rewriting an entire book I had already written, for starters, I wanted to change it because I was telling it in first person and I wanted to tell it in third person. So that's why I'm changing it really. But the the exposition, the over explaining of things. I just started cutting all that shit out. A lot of the villain backstories and stuff. I just cut all that shit out. Like I don't think anybody cares, and if they do, maybe I'll put it somewhere else. But for right now, I'm just cutting everything the fuck out. Just cutting it out, and it's coming along a lot better. I can say. Um, Stone mentioned yesterday, people get mad when I say I don't like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. That show is dog dookie. I only got 2 episodes in and didn't try to again. I got through 1 episode of JoJo. I saw somebody go through a window or something. I don't like the art style, so that already is against it. But I watched like the first episode and I was like, it's not for me. I think it was on like Adult Swim or something like that. And I was like, this is not for me. And I haven't gone back to it. But JoJo is one of those things like it's a cult, like One Piece. Like the people think that Dragon Ball is a cult, but One Piece is a fucking cult, bro. Like One Piece, it's not as bad as Hunter x Hunter because it's been going on for so long and they're used to the complaints. And the complaint is that it's too much material. And they're used to that. So they kind of like, oh, well, you better get into One Piece. You just better strap in, brother, because there's 1,000 episodes and it's 1,500 chapters or some nonsense like that. You're never going to catch up. When it comes to like other shit, but that goddamn JoJo, that stuff is a cult. I can't stand it. And I don't get it. I mean, look at the story these two guys are telling in this ring, where Batista's just laying all his shit, and he's even doing different shit he never does, like belly to belly suplexes. He never does that shit. He hit Undertaker literally with everything, and he keeps getting back up. But it makes sense because it's Undertaker. Why did the camera cut right there? Kevin Dunn, what are you doing? Hisoka was a sus villain. He sucks as a villain. He's a pedo. And then the idea is he's not supposed to be a pedo. He's supposed to be attracted to people with strong men. I'm like, he's a pedo. He's looking at these little boys' butts and licking his lips. You people are really rationalizing. What is wrong with you folks? Stop doing that. All right. This is not good. Yeah, Mexicans love Saint Seiya. I liked it for a long time. I think it kind of dragged near the end of the first arc. Like I didn't watch it when they started fighting like the Vikings or whatever, the Norse gods. I stopped paying attention at that point. But when they were just getting up to the temple, I thought it was really fun. But then they started beating like the gold knights and stuff like that. I was like, this is ass pulley. Like when you create a hierarchy and all that stuff, and then the characters are breaking the hierarchy, there has to be a good reason for it. Now it's just like the power of friendship and all that. And I was like, but it's not bad. Like especially at the beginning, I like Sensei at the beginning. I liked it. I should read Fist of the Blue Sky as a prequel to Fist of the North Star. Well, if Dark Horse would ever fucking finish printing the Fist of the North Star hardcovers that they're putting out once a goddamn quarter, I can actually get through that and I'll be able to get to the other one. Thank you for sharing my hatred of Evangelion. Hobson, that's his name. He sucks. Lagom 5150 on 40 today. Do I ever listen to music from the UK? Does Marsha Ambrosius count? Does Floetry count? If not, then I guess the Beatles. But no, not really. Do I play 2K or any other wrestling? And I haven't played a wrestling game in 15 years or something about it. It's a long time. People are big fans of One Piece. I think everybody who likes One Piece loves One Piece. I heard that the creator is just now starting to figure out how to end the story. He's been doing this shit for 20 years, and he's finally starting to think about the ending. I'm shocked by that. I'm stunned by that, but I think he's just doing that to keep people, reading and following along. I fully believe that he's going to end up dying before that shit is over. And I hate to put it that way because I don't want to wish that on anybody, but it happened to Berserk, and I had a feeling it's going to happen to One Piece too. So many chapters of One Piece only to end up using the overused trope of the protag being a chosen god one. If you go long enough, it ends up that way. It's only the only explanation for when characters can do outrageous shit. It ends up with them being a chosen one. I think if it goes long enough, it ends up in that direction. I was really disappointed that Naruto did that. I was very disappointed by that. And I see that people have resisted it when it comes to Dragon Ball, but they almost did it. They almost got to this whole Bardock is a super powerful, stronger than King Vegeta, all this kind of shit, and he could have been a Super Saiyan. I'm like, oh nah, come on. Don't do that, because then you just ruin Goku's character. You ruin the entire Goku Vegeta story arc. You ruin everything if you do that. So they've been resisting it, but you go on long enough, you end up getting to that point, and I don't think they should. That's what they did with Spider-Man. They went Spider-Man so long that Peter Parker was destined to be bitten by the spider and his spider totems and a bunch of other shit. It's like, man, this is stupid. He's supposed to be like a kid from Queens who got bit by a spider randomly, and he chooses to do something great with the power rather than, this is what it had to be because this is all it was ever going to be. Like, ugh, goddamn. The Halle Berry Catwoman movie, I have not watched that. I have not heard of the white rapper Falco. I have no idea who that is. MF Doom counts as UK music. Oh, well, in that case, I listened to one MF Doom album, which is Food, and I didn't really like it. I'm not really a big fan of MF Doom. I like the beats though. The beats is pretty cool. Evangelion and Kill la Kill are two of the worst animes I have ever seen, especially Kill la Kill. Oh, Kill la Kill is terrible. Oh, Kill la Kill is terrible. I pushed through that one 2 years ago because whenever I saw like the talking clothes, I checked out. I was like, this show, nope, I'm out. And then I finally pushed through and watched all of it and came away with this thinking that the show was clearly for people who are deranged. It was written for nudists by nudists, apparently. And for some odd reason, like talking alien clothes. I'm like, all right, bro, whatever. At least Gurren Lagann didn't suck. I didn't understand how they got in space, but I was like, okay, whatever. I understand. At least it was cool mecha. Kill la Kill is Coomer bait. You hated Fooly Cooley, so I'm not surprised you don't like Kill la Kill. It's made by the same. Oh yeah, there we go. That explains it all. Because Kill la Kill sucks, and I didn't understand the story either, really. Um, and none of the characters were likable. Like for me, that's the number one thing is you got to have likable characters. Like the reason why, like I don't even like romance and stuff like that. Not really my thing. But when I started watching like um Don't Mess with Me, Miss Nagatoro, it was because Nagatoro was such a likable character. Like, yeah, she's being a bit of a bully, but she's cute and she clearly likes him. That's why she's picking on him, and that was fine. If you have likable characters, the great Jahi will not be defeated. Likable characters, that will get me to watch it, you know. And Kill la Kill didn't have any characters that I liked. Evangelion didn't have any characters that I liked. Gantz didn't have any characters that I liked. I didn't see I didn't see anything about these characters that I thought was cool, interesting, or whatever. I was just like, this show sucks. That's the number one thing right there. No interesting characters, no good characters. I don't want to watch it. Smooth realisms. It says 2 controllers on my lap to control. On SmackDown vs. Raw 2007, I used to have a friend online I used to do work matches with. Well, that's great. It's like you had something good going on there. That's why wrestling sucks now. Not many good characters. What is Vince doing? told her to shut up. I'm surprised nobody is mining this show for great clips of Vince doing insane things, talking about crack Donald Trump's skull. That was the first. If I knew how to make memes and shit, this exact spot would be great. Cheese took a Trump. Have I seen the Inuyasha sequel, Inuyasha Hime? No, I heard about it though. Um, I had a friend. She really liked Inuyasha. She pushed me for years to finish Inuyasha. She was just constantly asking me if I finished it, and I finally, for her last year, I watched it. But she tried to get me to watch Yashahime, and I was like, I don't know. It's so much time, and I don't think it's about the original creator either. I think it's like a spinoff done by somebody else. Don't you hate that the trope everyone does? Okay, we're conquered everything else on land. Now let's go to space. I'm going to go to space. Like, why? Why are we in space now? I didn't understand how Gurren Lagann got in space anyway. I was just like, I'm just going along for the ride, dog. I'll just go along for the ride. I don't know why we're in space at this point. I probably have to watch it again to understand why they ended up in space, but I didn't get it. You like Karrion Cross, but they destroyed his image beyond repair. He does cool stuff on the internet, but on TV, he doesn't look cool at all. He looks like a big goof. The Inuyasha sequel sucks. I'm not surprised it sucks, if we're being honest. You know, why do they put Sabu walking through the crowd and he's clearly just waiting to punch and elbow people? And then you take him through all of these people. This is not the crowd for you to walk through. This is a WrestleMania crowd. What are you doing? I guess, whatever. Trigun is whatever. I know I've seen recently people saying it is overrated and all that kind of stuff. I get that. Because of how much it changes from the original story. I get it. But for my money, Trigun is easily one of the most beloved anime, and it's for a good reason. It was very fucking good. It's very fucking good. The new one that came out last year, I can't vouch for that, but the one from the 90s, 2000s, very good. Oh, I forgot that Monty Brown wrestled at WrestleMania. That's so cool, man. Oh, so did Kevin Thorne. Oh God, is that Shelly Martinez? Oh man, I did not know. I forgot Elijah Burke had a match at WrestleMania. I forgot Monty Brown wrestled at WrestleMania. Kevin Thorne being at WrestleMania is ridiculous, and so is what is that man wearing? I don't think anybody has ever talked to these people, any of these people, about being at WrestleMania. I know they're in a thrown together match, but how fucking cool is that? Like people always say like Monty Brown never did anything, but he got a WrestleMania paycheck. That's cool. Stone Mexican guy loved Inuyasha. I did too. I didn't like the end though. When I don't like the trope of the villain, the big bad, is not really the big bad. I don't like the idea that the big bad that you've known for the entire series is really just a puppet of some other big bad. I don't like that. I don't like that. That sucks. Especially when it doesn't make sense at the end. Yeah, the young lady who made Inuyasha, she made a lot of is it I think it's called Urusei Yatsura. Is another show. She like has a uh I heard that she actually does the same thing over and over again. It's just that she does it from like different time periods, and like she has tropes that she does. Like she basically has like kind of the same story formula. Like she's doing it now with like Mao, MAO. That's what I heard. I haven't read like the manga or anything, but I've looked at some criticisms of her, and I've seen that people say she basically just does the same template over and over again. But I don't. If it keeps working, then people keep buying it. Go for it. Ike Design says every debuting giant fence put against Undertaker failed besides the Great Khali. Well, what's success? That's a CM Punk question. What does success look like? I guess if Great Khali being a legend and making you money in India, I guess. You thought who looked better without the hair? Vince? Oh, Karrion Kross. Oh, okay. Um, hmm. He looked kind of normal with the baldy though. He looked very normal. He didn't look psychotic or anything. I wish Nicholas D. Wolf would had his own show. I think he fit perfectly as a counterpoint to Vash the Stampede though. I think that character works so much better in the show with Vash. He's a priest, kind of, who is extremely violent and filled with sin. And Vash, who, is not even human, has no conception of the human, God or whatever, still is living those values much better than the guy who claims to be a Christian. So that's Wolfwood seemed like he's a great Solomon Kane type character. He's a good guy. He's gonna help if he can, but he's still got a scumbag streak to him, and that makes him very good. Shelly Martinez was Ariel. Yeah, that's her right there, right? With the giant rack. Yeah, Matt Striker is in this. I was so dumbfounded by the fact that the Pope is here and that Monty Brown is here. I didn't even get to Matt Striker being here, which is crazy. This is the only ECW match on the show, right? Ever since Adam Cole's promo, Cross has been buried from the jump. He has never recovered from it. Well, that part is true. That part is a fact. It's really unfortunate, and I don't know who. Maybe it was Triple H, but whoever told him to do that and to make him look uninteresting like that, they really, really killed his gimmick. And they've been trying to get it back on track ever since, and it's not going to work. Just like in Naruto, they were hyping up Madara to be the final villain, only for Kaguya to come in. She was a terrible final villain. Yeah, because you had to try to explain how this final villain comes to be, and you start getting into the realm of confusion. Same thing with Attack on Titan. Like you're supposed to believe that you get told the entire show that the Titans are the villains, because the Armored Titan and the Colossal Titan, those are the real villains. And then you get to a point where they're not the real villains. And then you get to a point where the villains aren't Titans at all. And then you get to the point where it's like there's an astral plane where there's somebody else there, and then Aaron's the villain. Like, come on, like you reached. Now, I get it. Look, Japan is a highly socialized but mostly capitalist country. I'm pretty sure that they write 100 chapters worth of material. It ends up being extremely popular. And then they talk the mangaka into doing another 100 chapters. So he fumbles the ball at some point because fuck, I didn't plan to go this far. I didn't plan to do more of this. Like Toriyama, I imagine that's really what happens. Whoa, that was great selling on that monkey flip. That was good. Anyway, I would expect that kind of thing might happen. And it seems like that's what happens near the end of the story, where they're kind of like told by editors, maybe we need to puff this up a little bit. Maybe we need to drag some things out, and it's not smart, It's not smart. Don't do that. End your story the better way you can. That's why I like Death Note. Like Death Note didn't have any shenanigans at the end. All the shenanigans was in the middle. Like the shenanigans is when L dies. Like that's bullshit right there. But There's no shenanigans at the end. Karrion Kross had hype when he came back and went face to face with Roman, and then he lost to Drew at Crown Jewel. Yeah, that didn't help. That didn't help at all. The fact that he put a hex on Roman or whatever, and then nothing happened, and then he wrestled like Nakamura and lost. Then he wrestled some other guys and lost. He wrestled AJ Styles and lost. You're like, damn, he's just losing to everybody. That hasn't helped him at all. Adam Coleslaw, the booking, the losses, and the long hair messed up Cross. I wonder what kind of are they going to have a real hardcore match at WrestleMania, or is it going to be horseshit? And I'm thinking it's going to be horseshit. That's my formulation. It's going to be horseshit. She told off Batista for what? What did he do? He touched her booty or something? He wished they would have exaggerated Cross. His lyrics to the original theme explained his character. Interesting. Do I consider RVD one of the GOATs? I would, but I can't remember a fucking thing RVD did at WrestleMania except win Money in the Bank. It seemed like Rob Van Dam had all the best shit he's ever done has been in ECW. In WWE, he's had the matches with The Rock and Austin and Undertaker and Triple H and Kurt Angle. And I think he even wrestled Mr. Perfect. He wrestled pretty much everybody. But those matches, it just doesn't feel like he got there. Like the Cena match is the one time, and I think the Edge match after that, when I was kind of like, okay, Rob Van Dam feels like something, like he feels like the guy, like he's gonna be something. But he was having amazing matches in ECW. He was having okay to good matches in WWE. And then never changing up his gimmick and never changing up his character, never changing up his look, failing to adapt. Athletically, yeah, he is one of the GOATs. But in terms of character and presentation and everything, probably not. Do I think Dragon Ball is ever going to end, or is it going to continue forever? How big it is? Well, they're not going to let it die, that's for sure. I know it's on hiatus right now. They say it's indefinite hiatus with Dragon Ball Super. But I would imagine it's because Toriyama died that it's going to be on a hiatus. But it's going to come back. That's why they set up the Dragon Ball room and all that kind of stuff. It's because they want to keep it going forever, and Toriyama knew that. He just leave him alone, man. He's in his fucking 60s. He's in his 60s, almost 70 years old. They keep trying to get him to draw characters and come up with shit. But, I would imagine it's going to end up like Spider-Man or something like that. It's going to go on forever. He's supposed to be the personification of the apocalypse. Why not play on that? Well, if nobody fucking understands what you're doing, or if there's no buy-in from the audience and nobody understands what you're doing, it's hard to get people to. It's hard to get over. Oh, she was friends with Melina. She kind of looks like a Melina sister or something. Well, oh, okay. I was about to say why, because I thought about it for a second. I was like, oh yeah, they did have a run-in for a little while. That was something. Scarlet is fate, which also explains the fortune card shtick. Triple H sucks. Well, yeah. He doesn't. I don't think he gets big picture ideas. He might get details, but I don't think he understands big picture, big character arcs. I don't think he quite understands it. I think that what's happening is a lot of the guys have taken over creative, and they're basically doing their own thing, and they're not letting Triple H fuck with it. Like I can just feel like Roman is driving the ship on his thing with The Rock. We already know The Rock doing his whatever the fuck he wants to do. But him and Brian, that's why he brought Brian Gerwitz in. He's going to do whatever he wants to do. And it pretty much is because I'm looking at who the hell has Triple H really pulled and done anything with that was pretty much untouched by Vince. The answer is nobody. Everybody that Triple H is pushing, with the exception of maybe EO, was the push already began under Vince. So that's why I'm saying, like, in a couple of years, we're really going to see how bad it is. And we're going to see how bad it is, not when Roman loses it to Cody or whatever, but after that. Once they take the belt off Cody, we'll see how bad it's going to get. You know, and that's assuming Cody wins. If Cody loses, then it's going to be red ass central. D says, I think the reason Kishimoto did Madara like that because he didn't know how to kill him, from what I heard. That's why you don't make characters that strong. You know, if you, I've run into that situation too. You give your character too many powers, or you give them a way of being able to overcome pretty much everything. It's like, how do you stop that? But you have to, you have to, if you're a planner, like he seems to be a guy who did some solid planning for his material, then you have to build weaknesses into the characters that the hero finds and exploits. You know, and I think Toriyama, even though he wasn't a great writer, he did a good job of building weaknesses into the heroes and the villains. You know, like Cell could have, of course, beaten everybody, but Cell's built-in weakness was Vegeta and Frieza. You know, so his desire for more power, to torture people and not finish them quickly, the arrogance, the cockiness that he got from the Saiyans, that was a built-in weakness that they could exploit. It's smart. Like when we got to Majin Buu, there was not much. I think he had run out of gas because not only did you not explain what Majin Buu is, which is fine, but we were not sure what the weakness of Majin Buu was. Like, so they beat him with a spirit bomb, which, okay, whatever, but how did that work? You know, like, how did that work and nothing else worked? But I don't know, man. It's okay. Greatest high flyers besides RVD. AJ Styles, Rey Mysterio, Psychosis, Juventud Guerrera, Jack Evans, despite the fact that he's a complete and total dork. Some of the stuff that he was doing back in the days was really crazy. I'm pretty sure there's some more if I think about it. Phoenix is on the list. Probably not high on the list, but he's on there. So is Pac. There's some really good high flyers out there, man. You know, a lot of them will be like cruiserweights from Mexico and shit. So a lot of those guys, Vikingo, he's very young. Nostradamus doesn't explain anything, just sets up characters. I think Toriyama's been a millionaire for 20 years or something like that. He was a millionaire from Dr. Slump. I think that's because Dr. Slump ended up being incredibly popular. And I think he was actually far more, you know, he was rich when Dr. Slump. You know, by the time he even did Dragon Ball, he was already rich. I would imagine he's a multi-millionaire now, 100, probably in the tens of millions from that thing. It's weird seeing Trump beloved by Hollywood. Yeah, at this point in time, it was very weird, wasn't it? Umaga. What a tremendous. This was the downfall of Umaga. I hated this. I hated that he was even in this position. This was a great match. It was a great setup, angle, everything. Umaga's put in a position to draw some money, even though Vince is the draw and Trump. But the general idea of this was great, and it was great to see Umaga get this platform because he's so good. But fuck, it turned into shit right after this, and I think they lost faith in the character, and then they lost faith in the man that played the character, and that was it at that point. And he's wearing a Ulafala, by the way. So how about it? How about that? Madara had a counter for everything they threw at him, which is the problem. He should have built in a weakness so that he did not have. There were certain things that he did not have a counter to. You know, you got to think about those type of things. That's why Avatar was so goddamn smooth. Even though it was kind of an ass pull that Aang can shut your bending off. That was horseshit. But at least you could say the firebenders are limited to firebending. So that's a weakness. That they're limited to firebending. So and maybe lightning bending. But that's a weakness that you could play into. So when you defeat him, you have, Aang can bend water, he can bend wind, he can bend all these other things. And he's not limited like Ozai is. Thoughts on the speed title? That shit ain't gonna last very long. Jeff Hardy, great high flyer. He's more like a stunt man. He jumps off shit. Who is this woman that is with Trump? Oh my god. Who is she and where did she come from? Is that real money? I don't remember it being real money. Do you in the future The Rock being his team on the creator booking team for the? No, I think The Rock just wants to have people for his shit. I think he wants to have this guy for his shit. RVD wasn't used right in WWE. ECW Rob would have been over in WWE. He was funny and really didn't hide his weed use. And people say you can't be a comedic champ. Well, that's not true because Cena did comedy pretty much every goddamn week. I think the issue with Rob Van Dam is he wasn't a WWE guy. He insisted on being an ECW guy. He insisted on being an outsider. He never became one of Vince's boys. They were willing to push him and give him the position, but they wasn't really giving him the gas. Umaga with Armando was great, but they jobbed him out for whatever reason. Yeah, like it makes sense that Vince would be mad at him for losing this match, but when he lost to Santino, that was it. I was like, bro, what is going on? And I don't even understand why they did that. What was the reasoning for that? And I get why they had Santino get a big push right out of the gate because they wanted to, apologize for Cornette slapping them and all that shit. But why Umaga? Why that title? And then why did Umaga continue to lose to Lashley? Like he continued to lose to Lashley again and again and again. Like, oh my god. And it had to be the drugs. So that means when did Vince find out about the fucking drugs? So after this? Wait, this is the ECW champion. Like, how many gimmicks does this fucking match have? ECW champion versus the Intercontinental champion. Lashley, Umaga. I think is Umaga undefeated at this point? No, he had probably already lost to John Cena. And you got Battle of the Billionaires. They stacked like 4 or 5 gimmicks on top of this joint. A lot of wrestlers from ECW didn't adapt well to WWE. Besides the Dudleys as the tag team, not single stars. And a lot of those guys were in ECW because they weren't any good. I hate to break it to you, but that's just kind of how it is. A lot of those guys were in ECW. They were not any fucking good. They were no good. Even Mike Awesome, who everybody seems to like because he's huge and he power bombs people. But the guys didn't like working with him because he wasn't any good, which is why he didn't really have any good matches anywhere else. You're like, okay, you can power bomb people on the floor. What if that guy don't want to take that fucking bump? Then what? You think Steve Austin's gonna let you power bomb him over the top rope like that? It might work for Spike Dudley. It ain't gonna work on The Rock. You gotta be fucking kidding me. It's funny when Vince Russo said Young Rocky was hazed by the Clique. Now he's the boss of them. Yeah, he was. Pretty sure everybody was at the time, though. Santino was hilarious. He would have gotten over regardless. I honestly think he could have been IC champ longer if they were creative enough. He never should have won the belt in the first place, as far as in my opinion. I think that him becoming a comedy character was a way to save his career because I really don't see any. I didn't see any benefit to what they did when they made him debut because there was no legitimacy in his debut. There was no legitimacy in his victory. There was no legitimacy in any of that shit. And then it just seems to last forever. Poor Umaga. He was actually good though. Umaga rules. I forgot Steve Austin is involved with this goddamn thing already. There's so many people involved with this and so much stuff. Do you see the woman on NXT? What woman? It's like so many women. There's like hundreds of fucking women. Look at Vince with this cartoonish gulp. uh, which woman specifically do I think is going to make it? I don't know if I could think of one. Jada Parker has a lot of potential. She looks amazing, and but I also think Sol Ruka has potential. Kalani Jordan has potential, and I think they're being underutilized on NXT. They need to be talking and having personalities and stuff. Because a lot of the girls like Lyra Valkyria, they probably are more Triple H's speed. They've done in the Indies. They've been around for a while, but the personality is lacking. And I'm always about personality, gimmick, character, and stuff. Beating Umaga was completely pointless. Well, the point was to reward him for getting slapped by Jim Cornette. How did it help Umaga? That was my question. But my guess is that Vince found out about the drugs and shit, and that's what happened. But that's stupid. I still wouldn't have done it. Even if he was on drugs, I still wouldn't have done it. I would have put the gun on somebody else. First example you use when you talk about wrestlers whose charisma outshines their ring work. Nash. Fucking Nash. No, Nash probably wouldn't be the first I would talk about. But Nash would be on the list. Bray Wyatt is one. He just has tremendous character and charisma. The Rock is another one. Tremendous. The Rock is athletic. I never really rated The Rock as a good wrestler or a great wrestler. Not that he was terrible. Just never thought he was like great. But The Rock is definitely one of the people I would put on the list as if he started. Somebody posted a video of him like doing arm drags and shit. I know that was from WrestleMania 28. I think it was. If he started breaking out arm, he's not going to do arm drags. He's not going to be a babyface in this match. He might do a tilt-a-whirl DDT though. I'm very interested in seeing The Rock do stuff interesting at 50 years old in this match. I'm very excited for that. Oh, I would have put the belt on Umaga. Fuck, why not? I probably would put the belt on him on this fucking show. If they found out he was on drugs before this show, it'd probably be Umaga and Batista for the belt or something like that. I would have put the fucking belt on him. He was that good. I get it. He couldn't do much with this limited gimmick, but him not being able to talk and everything. But good gravy. The guy was very good. I wish Saul didn't have a surfer gimmick. I'll just say that. Our Ebony Queen. Why is she? I know that she's a surfer for real and she really does surfing, but it doesn't translate in wrestling. There's been too many surfers and none of them have gotten over except Sting. And he only had to surf. Oh shit! What a bump! Oh my god! What a nasty bump! Holy hell, Umaga! That shit like it hurt like hell. Oh my god. Yeah, when she was in NXT UK, Lyra Valkyria was interesting. She was like a Valkyrie, like the chooser of the slain and everything. And then because she didn't talk, it was just her and the bird. She was almost like Girl Sting a little bit. And then she went to NXT and started, I guess when Vince lost control of NXT, everybody just came normal. She became baby Becky Lynch. And I was like, this sucks. This is no good. Holy shit! Now Lashley went and killed himself on the floor. Oof. Who told them to take these bumps on the floor like this? Yikes. I can't believe Lashley's still around, for God's sake. Jesus Christ. How old was Lashley in this match? Like 28 or something? Oh yeah, Ariana Grace is she's special. She's special. She's got the right idea. They need to hurry up and put her with Chelsea Green. I know that Chelsea Green would be a bigger star if Vince was around. She would be a bigger part of the show too. Chelsea Green will probably be in every other segment if Vince was around because he loved that Carmella type of gimmick. He always thought that was great. He definitely would have gotten a lot of mileage out of Chelsea Green. Yeah, 28, 29-ish. Okay, that makes sense. I do want to do one day. I'm gonna take some time and I'm gonna look and see if there is a WrestleMania that does not feature an Anoa'i in any capacity. None of them. Because I think there's been at least one at every WrestleMania since 9, maybe. I think there's been at least one. Wait a minute. Was there one at WrestleMania 11? Did Yokozuna wrestle at WrestleMania 11? I don't think so. He wrestled at 12. The Rock wrestled at 13. Well, he wrestled at 13. He also wrestled at 14 and 15 and 2000 and 17 and 18 and 19 and 20. And who from the Anoa'is wrestled at 21? Did Rosie wrestle at 21? I don't know. But I think there's been at least one at every WrestleMania since like 1992 or something like that. It's crazy. But if it wasn't, it might have been Rikishi. I know Rikishi he pretty much he didn't make WrestleMania every year he was on the show. He was in the company. But most of them, he wrestled at WrestleMania 9. I think he was at WrestleMania 8 too. I think. Oof, what a Samoan drop. That was dope. The Iconics are moms now. They're not coming back, I don't think. Do I think JC Jane's going to be? No, Triple H is not going to let JC Jane cook. I'm surprised she's been around as long as she has been. I don't think he's really going to appreciate it and get it. She's good though. She has been very surprisingly good at what she can do. Oh, they trying to make it like Lashley can't pick up Umaga. You can't do that with everybody. Look at Lashley's arms and back. He can lift Umaga. Come on. There was no NOYE at 21 or 22 or 25. Okay. Interesting. Russell, who could it have been at 21? Because I was thinking about it, and when I got to 21, I couldn't think of who it would be. I think Rikishi was gone, and to 21 would have been what year? 2006, I think. Okay, so Umaga. Okay, but Rosie didn't he make one of Rosie 3 minute warning? They didn't make it WrestleMania at any of those times. Oh, look at him selling. I know Rikishi when he got cut. I mean, it was kind of a dearth of analog use at that point. But I thought 3 minute warning got on one of these shows eventually. But it might have been one that featured Rikishi or something. Umaga debuted the Raw after WrestleMania. Was WrestleMania 21? He just stopped counting. Somebody getting their head shaved. Hell with that. Why would I want to hide the current comment? Why would I want to do that? Oh, look at young Shane. Austin's arms out like this though is humorous. And Vince, I love Vince, man. He's such a ham. He's out there just hamming it up. Ugh, that's an ugly suit that Shane McMahon is wearing, bro. That's a nasty thing. Sim Snooker was the cameraman. Oh, okay, there we go. He's the guy who failed to catch Undertaker, right? When he leaped over the top rope because Undertaker kind of hit the feet on the ropes. Why is Austin helping? Get out of here! Oh no, Shane got all caught up in the ropes. Nice bump from Austin. Good job. Made him look great. That's a hell of a bump. Shane is wearing a suit jacket with jeans and gym shoes. Why on earth? Look at these weak ass jabs. These jabs are the shits. I think they're gonna bring Shane back, dog. Once his legs is okay, he's coming back. If I can only pick one between Rick Rude, Mr. Perfect, and Jake Roberts, who would it be? Perfect. Perfect. I love me some Jake Roberts though, dog. Jake Roberts was one of my favorites when I was a kid. I just grew into such a huge Mr. Perfect fan. But if you'd asked Mongo at like 12, he would have said Jake the Snake Roberts. Easy. But you asking 40-year-old Mongo, and I'm saying Mr. Perfect. I think Jake would be second though. And I love me some Rick Rude, I really do. But Mr. Perfect is easily like my favorite. I wish he hadn't left, you know. I wish if he had that silly back injury, he also could have been a great opponent for like Shawn and Brett and Nash. He was friends with those guys too. Like he was doing drugs with them and stuff. So he definitely would have got. He wouldn't have got the bullshit that a lot of the Hearts got and a lot of the other guys got by the Click not wanting to work with him. He wouldn't have got that because he was friends with Hall from the AWA. Shawn was like one of his younglings when he was in WWF. He was friends with Brett. He probably could have helped smooth that shit over with, but he had to up and fucking leave. Damn, why did he do that? He probably could have saved us all. Could have gave us some good main events, good character stuff, great promos, but he had to go and hurt his fucking back. Over bumping. What on earth? Yikes! And he threw him with reckless abandon into those steps. Shane is a fucking trooper. He don't got to do none of that shit he be doing. That was also a good bump from Austin. You bumping like a motherfucker for Umaga. I like that. Also, like that Umaga is actually hitting him. Nowadays, they be scared to touch the special guest refs. That's also why I kind of wanted Rollins and McIntyre to have CM Punk for the referee, but Punk can't take bumps because of his arm or whatever. But it would have been great to have Punk take some bumps, especially if Drew McIntyre would like knock him down and stuff. Look at Austin selling, bro. This man was. Oh, Umaga did not take that stunner well, but he wasn't supposed to. Because it's supposed to lead to that. And that's going to be the finish. Great job. You got Vince's dedication to the business. I can't believe this is the first. Well, this is not the first. It's not even the second. Oh, it's the second, I think. Hair versus hair match at WrestleMania. I think Victoria and Molly Holly had the first one. I can't believe they haven't had more of them. It seemed like a perfect place to do like hair versus hair matches and stuff is at WrestleMania. They do it in Mexico all the time. They have so many mask versus mask matches in Mexico. I'm surprised anybody has a fucking mask. In the US, they don't unmask fucking anybody and they never shave anybody's fucking head. It'd be a great way to blow off some matches, to blow off some steam. I'm really getting on that trip now, man. We need to start utilizing some of the techniques that we have. Like I think Lashley versus Cross could have been well, Lashley's already bald. So you have to do something like hair versus career or something. That could have been great. Lashley versus Karrion Cross, hair versus career. Either Lashley's going to shave Karrion Cross's head or he's going to quit the WWE or something to that effect. That'd have been great for a mid card match for a night one or night two or something. Damn, Austin beating the hell out of this kid. Oh, man. Oh, it was hair versus title? Okay. Yeah, Punk should have been the referee, but he can't fucking move. Yeah, he can't take bumps. I don't think they're gonna let him take bumps with it. The thing is, he could have took one bump. I think if they'd have done it right and just had Drew McIntyre hit him once or whatever. Oh, look at Vince trying to sneak off. Oh yeah, Piper versus Adonis was like a career match. I think. I don't think it was a hair. Was it hair versus career? I don't remember. What is he acting like he's gone for? He's not even halfway up the ramp. And he's like 60. Vince Yank. This is straight comedy right here, bro. This was great for Lashley's career. My God. Vince had to love this guy because not only did he put him in this match, but then put him over and then feuded with him afterwards. Other than Rock stuff and Drew versus Seth with Punk. There is no with Punk. He's on commentary. If he was the referee, it'd be so much better.
a Stone Cold Stunner, and now Austin giving a Lashley directions to load McMahon in that barber's chair. A stunned McMahon being strapped into the chair, and this barber chair that must have belonged to a mighty bad barber. If you got straps for your arms and a seatbelt for your waist. I did a set of chair like that, but I've never seen a barber chair. Uh-oh. Austin restraining McMahon. He's begging for a reprieve.
Listen to Vince. He said, I don't deserve this. Oh my God. It's his real hair, by God. For years, they were saying that Jerry Lawler was saying it wasn't his real hair. It's his real hair, by God. Well, unless it was a toupee, and then he grew it in like Chavo did. Yeah, the origins of do-rag Vince. they put whipped cream on the top of the shaving cream on his head. Nobody stacks shaving cream on somebody's head like this. Oh my God! Look at Lashley trying to be delicate. I got a razor on the boss's head. Can you imagine watching this backstage, bro? Oh my God. I'd have been in stitches. I'd have been in the hospital, bro. I couldn't wrestle after this. I couldn't imagine my match being after this, bro. I wouldn't be like, man, what the fuck? You can't top this shit. Look at this. Vince just got shaved bald in front of the world, and you got to wrestle after this. You can't be serious. How many more matches on this show after this? I know there's at least one, but this is there's another hour in this show. I know Michaels and John Cena's not an hour. They're probably gonna have to have another match or two. Probably the Divas match is gonna be in between, right? A loser disbands their group. I don't think anybody is as attached to the groups in order for that to work. Vince is trying to pull the damn chair. He was supposed to take the bump over the chair, but it wouldn't go back. Everything about this is fucking humorous, bro. So the Divas match and then Michaels and Cena. Okay. They put the Divas match in the death spot right after the main event. This is technically the main event. I don't see how you could complete this show after this. Michaels and Cena definitely should have went on before this. I don't know if Batista and Undertaker should have went on before this, but Michaels and Cena certainly should have. Oh, poor bald Vince. This is crazy. Look how defeated he is with the tie around his neck and the cream and everything. Oh my God. It's so obvious that these hair matches draw money. I don't understand why you don't do more of them. Oh no! Austin's just out there to have fun, bro. He out there full of lows, bro. They should have a women's hair match. I know that Victoria and Molly did it. They should have one for the love, dog. They should have had a women's hair match. Who should be in it? Well, Bianca got to be in it, right? Yeah, he got to go sit in Gorilla. That's the thing that's killing me. He about to go produce the rest of the show with his head freshly shaved bald, bro. That's crazy. That's just straight nutty. I wonder. I bet you there's got to be some gung ho women on that roster that willing to do it, just for the shits. There's got to be some troopers on that roster that's willing to do it. I'm pretty sure Bailey would do it. I think Bailey would do it. Like too many of the girly girls, maybe not. But I think if you told Bailey he was gonna work a hair versus mask match or something like that, or a hair versus hair match, she'd probably be down for it. Becky Lynch might be down for it. She probably wouldn't want to lose, but she might be down for it. I think the issue is going to find somebody who's willing to lose. It'll certainly work with Pretty Deadly. Like if it'd be a way to kill off their part of their character or whatever, that would really work. You know, that's why I'm surprised they don't do it more. Like hair grows back. You know, like that's the thing. Like you could do this stuff. It gets a huge pop. I've never seen somebody do a hair versus hair match and they didn't get a huge pop when the hair started getting shaved. It works every single time. The head shaving and the unmasking, it works every time. It never doesn't work. So I don't understand. Like I understand, like the only person that people really care about in terms of mask is Rey Mysterio, but hair, you could do that with anybody, especially like Bianca Belair, who has like a distinctive hairstyle. Try to shave her head or something like that. That could be interesting. Even if it doesn't happen, just the threat of it could work. Yeah, when Punk was bald, that was hilarious. He was wearing that stupid mask. Like that was hilarious. That was great. I remember this dumbass battle royal. I remember it was going on as I walked in. They got dark matches at WrestleMania, for God's sake. Oof. I wouldn't want to work a WrestleMania dark match, brother. Who the hell is that with that thing on his head? What was that? Like a Thai boxer or some shit. What was that all about? I love JBL on commentary, by the way. I wish he did commentary more. He's so bombastic over the top. Wait, what's happening now? Music started playing out of nowhere. Oh, Divas. The Lumberjills. Oh my goodness. What is going on here? I forgot there used to be so many fine bitches in WWE. Is that Mickey? Mickey was in the company and she wasn't on the show? There's Michelle McCool. There's Tori Wilson. Yeah, that's Mickey right there. No. I think Sean has a decent idea of what to do, and I think Triple H is a dummy. I think we're going to end up with the same situation we're in now, where NXT tries to do something with a guy, then he ends up on the main roster. I mean, look at all these people that we're dealing with now. You know, just look at this shit. Look at what they did to the Creed brothers, man. They butchered them boys. I mean, they fucked them up so crazy. I don't know what to do. Oh my goodness, what is she wearing? She wearing fishnets. Well, everybody wearing fishnets today, but she's the Playboy. But she's wrestling Melina. That's what's about to happen here. I didn't know she wrestled at WrestleMania. I thought she was like, well, that's nice. Isn't that interesting? How about that for your trivia? Who had a singles match at WrestleMania? Monty Brown or Ashley Massaro? Ashley Massaro. Remember, there was a time when there wasn't going to be a female match at WrestleMania. Yeah, that day's long gone. Just imagine if they try to have a WrestleMania without a women's match this time. You got to be kidding. I think they keep the women in a certain spot where they almost always guaranteed to have a match. I don't hate it. I just hate that the matches sucked. I don't know. I don't remember this match at all, but I don't imagine it being any goddamn good. Melina's okay, but I don't remember the last time I saw Ashley wrestle ever. So I don't know how this is about to turn out. It's gonna be short though, so that's a positive to that. This ain't gonna be 30 minutes. I got a feeling that Becky Lynch and Rhea Ripley thing gonna go 20 minutes, dog. I got a feeling. Oh, she's the women's champion. She's not the Divas champion. Okay. They ain't in the Divas era yet. Why would they cut the camera during Melina's entrance? Why would you do that? They continue that trend of having Diva Search winners challenge for women's title matches and they end up losing. Well, at least they get on the show. Shit, at least she's on the show at this point. This is 2007 or 2006 or 2007. Everybody out there is so glamorous, bro. Like it's hair and heels and everything. These bras today are super masculine. Whatever though, it don't matter. It's fine. You can never have a lot of fine women except for outside of NXT. Becky Lynch doesn't disappoint with pay-per-view opening matches. But I don't think her and Rhea is going to be good. I think you think it's going to be good. Who said they opening? Why would they open the show? I wouldn't open with them. I would probably put them on like sixth or something. Wait a minute, it's only 6 matches on the show. I would probably put them on fourth. Put something in between them and the main event. Oh, okay. Oh, she's pulling out a giant swing. Well, actually, like 98 pounds or something like that. So it probably works. The cool thing about this is Melina is actually trained and knows what the fuck she's doing. Ashley might not know what the fuck she's doing, but Melina does. So it works out fine. She went to the same wrestling academy as John Cena. So, oh, this is ugly. That thing like it fucking hurts. Yo, it look like it hurts like hell. Becky volunteered to go first. She trying to get out of there, then, bro. She pulling a Brock. She like, I need to get out of here. I, I want to go ahead, drop my 18 minutes, and get out of here. Ashley's punches look more realistic than Kenny Omega's. Her head scissors were kind of shoddy, but it was okay. That elbow drop was pathetic because she can't jump. She that was the one bad thing about the Divas era. They were not athletes, so something like jumping off the top rope seemed like it was going to be lethal. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's not an athlete, so jumping off shit is probably not for her. Whoa, this match was like a solid 4 minutes. Good shit. They got in there. It made sense. Melina wins. It's over. Ashley didn't do too bad. She lost clean, which sucks, but okay. They didn't use the lumberjills enough. So I would take off points for that. It's kind of weird. They had like a lot of the good wrestling girls like Victoria and Mickey just watching. That was weird. But for the most part, I don't think Ashley did terrible. She can't jump for shit, but I mean, what can you do? Not everybody's going to be good at everything, I guess. You know. Ooh, look at Layla. Jesus Christ. I heard Mickey James is still not. Who is that woman? I know. I heard Mickey James is not retired, so maybe we can get her to come back. A Mickey James Bailey run could really do some good stuff. I think. I think they could have fun together. I think Mickey and Io could have fun together. Oh, here we go. Michaels and Cena. My look, I like this match, but I was not a fan of the DX theme music for Shawn. I didn't get that. I didn't understand it. I know why they did it, but it didn't seem sensible to me. Didn't like it. Didn't like it at all. For a WrestleMania main event of this magnitude, you played the fucking DX theme. Stop. That was an error. It was a mistake. I just remember being in the building, like, that's terrible. Why would you do that? Nobody wanted to hear the DX theme, by the way. Everybody likes the Shawn Michaels theme. Even people who don't even watch wrestling likes the Shawn Michaels theme, you know? I think Sexy Red was listening to the Shawn Michaels theme recently, like on TikTok or something. Like, and for him, this is his last, well, second to last WrestleMania main event, and he didn't even get to use his real thing. That's stupid. He had to use a stupid DX thing because he was doing DX with Triple H. No, because they thought Shawn couldn't draw on his own, so they put the damn DX theme on there. Idiots. What are you doing? Oh, my table is ruined. It's sticky than a sunbitch. Maybe I can save it. Maybe I can save it. They really should have picked somebody else to wrestle. Look, I'm not saying that Shawn was a bad choice. I'm just saying that they should have picked somebody else. I don't understand why Randy and Edge were in that first fucking match. It probably should have been Edge's matches here. But hey, I love Shawn, so I'm not mad at you. It just sucks that Shawn was a fill-in opponent. So you knew he wasn't going to win. Which is also why this match shouldn't have gone on last. But also at the same time, Cena kind of needed to wrestle Shawn. He needed this experience. At the same time, he really shouldn't have beat Shawn. Because it's like, are you serious? Why is Shawn Cena beating Shawn Michaels all of a sudden? What the fuck? But at the same time, though, he's your top guy, top babyface. I guess at the time it was believable that Shawn could win, even though I didn't think Shawn would win. So I certainly didn't think Shawn and Cena should have been the main event. I thought this was far more predictable than Batista and Undertaker. And that match was predictable as fuck, too. I think it really boiled down to the main events. You knew what you were getting. You knew Cena wasn't going to lose. You knew Undertaker wasn't going to lose. And you knew Trump wasn't getting his head shaved. So, what order did you put him in? I would have put Shawn and Cena in the Undertaker Batista spot. And I would have put Undertaker and Batista on last, probably. Or I'd have put Battle of the Billionaires on last. The storyline going into this match wasn't even all that great. It was a can they coexist, which is the shits 100% of the time. I don't think can they coexist has ever hit. All this ice cream and sticky shit off the table. The hottest chick in NXT? Oh well, that's a loaded question. Because I think we talking about a NXT that got Nikita Lyons in it. We got talking about an NXT that got Jada Parker in it. I think those two running away with it right now. I think those two are running away with it in terms of being hot. I mean, Nikita Lyons tries hard though, and Jada Parker doesn't seem to. I'm just looking at her like, Jesus Christ. There's just so many. There's so many bad chicks on that show, man. I don't know, man. I'll probably say Jada Parker because she got I'm gonna give her black woman privilege. So I'm probably gonna say Jada Parker, but Nikita Lyons is something else. If I could wave a magic wand and make any woman say yes, it'd probably be her. Lola Vice is something else. Yeah, Kalani Jordan's cute. I wouldn't say she's hot though. She's cute. Lola Vice she's fire for sure. I like that she plays it up. Lola's special. That's kind of a shitty entrance for Shawn. The big X. It's kind of crappy. All right, Shawn is not wearing GX gear at all. They gave him a crappy giant X with some fireworks. What the fuck? What? No. There's got to be more to this entrance than that. It's got to be. It's the main event. And he's got like this orange shit on his face. Why is his face orange? There we go. There it is. Damn, this shit's up in the rafters. Gigantic Israel flag. Thank you for that, brother. Gigi Dolan, I don't know. She's sexy, but yeah, Nikita Lyons is like off the rip. Like she's that girl crazy. I don't know what's going on with her. Her body don't work right, but shit, it looked fantastic. I don't know what's going on under the hood, but real bad. Ariana Grace is very cute too. They're the jobber tier ones. I don't know. Roxanne's not cute to me. She wears too much makeup. Jade is trying too hard. I she's cute though. I think most of the girls come across as cute and not exactly sexy. Like Lola Vice is sexy. Uh, Nikita Lyons is sexy. Jada Parker is not trying, and she's very sexy. Jesus. So is Electra Lopez, but she's not in NXT anymore, right? Um, most of these chicks not even trying anymore. I loved this entrance when I was in the building. I thought it was dope. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what happened to Wendy Chu either. I guess when Vince lost, his control, the Wendy Chu gimmick died. That was an NXT 2.0 gimmick. Something that was actually over. Even though I didn't really care for it, it was actually over. She's gonna end up like girl Dante Chin. She might just be floating around in the ether. Well, who knows how long until they decide to have huge budget cuts and get rid of her. Either that or they're gonna make the decision to just let her contract expire and not do nothing with her. But I think there's something there, of course. I don't know what it could be because you've remixed her twice already. Well, three times because she's played three different characters in the she's just small and Asian. I don't know what you do. At least she speaks English though. I wouldn't mind seeing Wendy Chu make a big comeback though, even as a sleepy character. I think that character can make you some fucking money, which is more important than whatever I'm talking about in terms of matches or anything like that. You could sell tons of action figures with her like her onesie and all that kind of stuff, like body pillows and all that kind of shit. That could have been fun. Yeah, Wendy Chu could definitely make you some fucking money. Like every time I think about that dumb gimmick, as much as I hated it, I just think about how much money she could make with it. If I was her, I'd be like, man, what are you doing? You don't understand how I can market this fucking gimmick. It doesn't matter if I can't main event WrestleMania with it. So what? She could be Zack Ryder or Hurricane or something like that, where the kids definitely would have ate that up. If they'd have did like a big comfy couch type of gimmick with that, where she'd have did like something for kids or whatever, that would have been great. They definitely would have been on top of that. But she more Candice LeRae because she deserves it. Wendy Chu reminds me of when Terrence Terrell and Mia Yim were in the Dollhouse. How in the hell did you get those? Like, explain that to me, because I don't understand that at all. All I remember is Marty Bell she looked good, and Mia Yim hated the Dollhouse. I just found that out. I didn't know that she didn't like being in the Dollhouse. But here's the thing: she did like lingerie wrestling. That's what I don't get. Women, they're so stupid. Like she went and did lingerie wrestling, and was walking around in that kind of shit all the time for that lingerie shit. And then TNA willing to pay her to do the Dollhouse. And then she decides that she hated the Dollhouse because it was somebody else's idea. Even though they're just paying you to do the shit you was already doing. They're paying you more to do it. And Then she starts complaining that WWE or WWE fans are complaining about her wearing baggy clothes. And she's talking about, oh, it's comfortable. Bitch. That's somebody's wife. I'm not going to complain too much that she wants to be somewhat conservative. She is somebody's wife. She's married. But for God's sake, come on. Give me a break. Smokehouse Indy Dawn is on the bench while Dogface Indy Hartwell. Oof. Ooh-wee. I thought that Triple H liked Alba Fire too. And she's on the bench too. It looked like Isla Dawn got a boob job. That's what it looked like. And maybe that's what we were waiting on. Is for her to heal up from her boob job. Damn, Cena bump so weird. Why do you bump like that? Why do you bump from a chop anyway? Alba and I thought they were a decent little tag team, but it seemed like they dropped their characters. Isla Dawn had something going on with the witch character. They decided they didn't want to do that anymore. No cool characters for you guys. She looked like Nikki Bella stunt double. I don't know. Like, I don't understand what they're supposed to be now. Why is he bumping on chops? What is he doing? I know he's just doing what Sean told him to do, but still, why is he bumping on chops? He's a giant brick wall, man. He's bumping on chops. Why? Tell Sean to throw another punch. You bumping on the chop. I guess he's testing him, see if he's gonna do it or not. I'm like, Sean, come on, man. Look at my chest. You're gonna make me take a bump after you chop me in the chest. Come on, man. Let's think about this for a second, okay? I should not be taking bumps on chops. But Cena's it's not quite his rookie year, but he's in a position where he's got an opportunity here. And the last thing he needs is for Sean to be politicking against him. JD McDonald's look is a midget, but HBK gave him a fitting NXT gimmick. On the main roster, not so much. Oh my god. I'm just glad. Well, I shouldn't speak this into existence, but I'm going to anyway. I remember seeing the first time I ever saw that dildo headed fuck. He was working with Walter, and he had Walter begging off. Like Ric Flair, like no, and this was Fat Walter, so he's like big as hell and chunky than a motherfucker, and little ass JD McDonough with like the gigantic Pez dispenser like head is making this man bump all over the place. I'm like, bro, what is going on here? What is wrong with wrestling? And this is absolutely the indies, right? Indie as fuck. Oh yes, the hour-long match they had. That was something. That was something. Sean had to get that win back, of course. I just wanted to know why they decided to do like an hour-long match on Raw randomly as hell. Like they randomly have 45-minute matches on Raw. Like why? Is that sensible to you? You just oh yeah, we're gonna have Malachi Black and Apollo Crews run 35 minutes on this show. Huh? Why? Well, you need to fill time. you know, like I wonder if Vince pissed anybody off when he decided he's gonna run Sean and Cena for an hour. I know I'd have been back there like, bro, what is this? Why would you decide to do that? It also showcased that WWE matches don't have time limits, which I know it bothers a lot of people. I don't care. The time limit should be 10 minutes, 15 for main eventers. I don't see why your match needs to be 40 fucking minutes. I just don't understand it. Cena was getting really good at this point. He was getting his feet underneath him. He was drawing his money. But he's clearly in a situation where he's still learning. And this wasn't his intended opponent anyway. So he's in a weird place. Apollo Crews had a psychic intuition gimmick. Noseman completely stripped him of that. Well, what has he done with him on? Oh shit! Oh, Cena's back though. What has Cena done? What is Noseman done with Apollo Crews? Period. Is he even in the speed thing? I don't know. Imagine Seth Rollins and Johnny Gargano ran an hour on Monday Night Raw, bro. I cry. I probably would legit go to bed and find out who won on Twitter. Like if they ever had a match that was like 20 minutes, I'd probably just go to bed, bro. I was thinking about doing that on Collision when they had that really long FTR Jay White match. In the what's the name? I was like, bro, I could just go to bed and I'll just find out who won this thing in the morning. Shit, I don't care enough about this. I would have been disappointed. He showed for a few weeks just smiling. See, that's sad. I wouldn't mind if like a match randomly went long on Raw every once in a while, but it has to be for a good reason. Let's say Gunther decided he was going to defend the Intercontinental title against Chad Gable or something, and the match ran 26 minutes. That would be really random for Raw to eat up 26 minutes on one match, but it might be a welcoming. Oh, they're doing something like this. This is interesting. It's very long, it's way too long, but hey, it's something different, you know. But when you have every match go too long, then what the fuck? AEW just their booking is so simplistic because it's usually 4 or 5 matches, and the 4 or 5 matches are 10 to 15 minutes apiece. Sometimes they're longer, and then there's like promos interspersed with that. It's like, well, thank you for that, but it doesn't help. I don't care about this. Green George Cena is peak. It's full power Cena, huh? They still be wrestling. I like that Sean picked a story that makes sense to Cena and one that doesn't make Cena look dumb. It's a simple joint, and you see Cena trying to power through it. But that push, that was a good push. It's good psychology, basic shit. That's why I don't know about this match being the main event. Basic, a big muscular guy, you attack his knee. Sean is crafty. I would have preferred if they did. Well, Sean is working. I don't want to say heelish, but I think that's probably the best way to put it. Is he's trying to find a way to put Cena in a hole, and he's found it. You know, he embarrassed him a little bit by dodging his wild punches and jabbing him and all that kind of stuff. He took him off guard with the moonsault. Now he's attacking the knee. The wily veteran is going after the young soldier. Cena's not doing a good job of defending himself though, but whatever. Again, he's still learning. Sean is cutting some corners, like that's cutting corners right there. The knee, the bending the knee over the rope, that's cutting some corners. The referee should be getting in there a little bit more, probably. But Kyoto's in a good spot. He's not in a bad spot. Cena's selling well too. He's even limping, for God's sake. Notice how he threw that wild punch and he missed it. He started stumbling. He's selling with the right leg. He didn't switch legs so far, at least not yet. Sean's taking his time. He's talking some shit. Kyoto's trying to maintain control, but he's not being too aggressive. It doesn't look like Sean is talking a lot to Cena. He's talking to him, but it's his character stuff. It doesn't look like he's giving him directions. I mean, so it's pretty much this. I'm going to go after your leg, and you sell the leg. Okay, I saw Sean talking now. So. Cena's trying to fire back up, fight with that one leg. Cena kills me with how far he reaches back for his punches. My goodness. Nobody throws punches like this, for Christ's sake. They're like Popeye punches, man. Shit. Hey, what is this shit? At least it's a punch, for God's sake. Nobody throws punches anymore, bro. Even Danielson, who threw punches in WWE, does nothing but forearm shivers now. I don't get it. It sucks. Stop doing that. If I never saw another forearm shiver in wrestling, man, I would be too happy. Nobody fucking does that. Nobody fucking hits anybody with their forearm. Nobody does that ever. Because Sean is a showboat character, so him doing like physically impressive things is meant to show people up. You just can't do too many of it. You just can't do too much of it. That's what's the point of the Rob Van Dam character too. Like he would always do, like he would do showboaty shit, and then he'll get up and point at himself. The point was to, be cocky. But most people forget to do the cocky part. Like I think Ricochet could actually work if he was a cocky heel. But all the stuff that he can do, that other people can't do. If he really dug in that bag and decided he was going to be a cocky, fast paced, like there's not a lot of people doing that. Wait a minute, why is Sean bleeding? Are we supposed to expect that he hit the ring post? Okay, so that was the opening that Sean gave him, was the dodge the ring post. Now Cena can fight back. Ooh, that was a nice lariat. The people are waking up. Cena's now getting a little aggressive. AEW better cry me a river. Everybody imitating Japan and Mexico now. Oh my god, that Japan fetish is awful. That shit's gonna ruin American pro wrestling, bro. I take it I'm not working out tonight because this show's longer than I thought it was going to be. Cake and ice cream won today. I guess I'll work out tomorrow. As soon as this shit goes off, I gotta get up in the morning. I thought this show would be like 3 hours, and I'll be able to go work out like 11. This shit probably gonna end at like 12 almost. It's another 20 minutes of this show. 23 minutes. It's gonna be midnight when this show ends. That's why those foreign guys ain't shit anymore. And back then, when somebody like, I guess you seen Muda, would show up, he would do moves we never seen before. Well, everybody does everything now. Everybody does, like the Kingo started coming out and doing things that people had never seen before, and then they just brought in more more Mexican guys to do the same shit. They brought in that Commander dude who started doing a bunch of stuff. Oh shit! Nice kick from Kyoto. Look at Kyoto selling. They brought in Commander. They brought in Mascarita Dorada. Then they brought in Gravity. They started bringing in a bunch of fucking luchadors who do similar shit to Vikingo, and it made Vikingo not special anymore. I didn't even know there was blood in this match. I didn't remember it at all. Whoa, is that a DDT? He countered it into? Nice. I like that. I like that counter. That was a good counter. Sean's holding his ass off now. Whenever you got that arm up like that, looking at the blood. I just don't. They've been. Sean should have been a full-fledged heel instead of this tweener shit that he's trying to do. And this is one of the reasons why I feel like this match shouldn't have been the main event. As much as I love Sean, I was like, bro, tweener shit that they're doing here, I'm not feeling it. And then they did the damn DX theme song shit. And I'm like, yeah, it should have been the fourth match on the fucking show. But Sean is trying at the very least. He's being very aggressive and very unlike himself. Power driving this guy on the stairs. Why did the ref need to be down for this? Because the referee's finished. The referee's dead in the water. And why no new ref come out yet? This guy's been down for like 30 seconds. Clearly he needs a doctor or an undertaker. And this guy's laying here getting power driven down the stairs. Now this is sensible. I don't like this because he power drived him on the stairs and that should be it. But the referee is down. There's nobody to make the count. So there's plenty of time for Cena to recover. Nope, they ain't buying power drivers yet. But then even when they banned power drivers, certain people got away with it. I think Sean was able to get away with it. I think power drivers got banned and around the same time they started banning blading and all that stuff too. Cena's actually selling the power driver for God's sake. And that means that even though Cena helped him get him up there a little bit, it's pretty clear that Cena is not getting up and not going to move from this power driver, which plays into the theater of Shawn struggling to get him in the ring. It said no wonder Cena got a ball spot. Right, he got power drives on the stairs. You should give him alopecia. He said, Punk got away with doing a power driver to Cena on the Raw. Yeah, because they had banned power drivers by that point. He had got away with it. I wonder what Vince said to him about the power driver. Did he say anything? Unless, Cena probably trusted him and let him do it. I know some people got away with it. I know Jerry Lawler was still using power drivers even after they banned them. But he also didn't wrestle that often. Ooh, that flying burrito was nice. That joint came out of nowhere. You think some of the high flyers can get over if they change the gimmick? Since they forced Ricochet on us, they should turn heel and play a gay type of character. I don't know. I don't understand why your brain went to him being gay. I'm thinking that Ricochet is kind of like a Willie Beeman type of character. I don't think he could pull it off. He don't have the charisma. And I think that's why he's stuck in babyface peril where he is now. I don't think he has the charisma to do anything else, really. Pretty Ricky. I think a heel version of him named Pretty Ricky might be actually interesting. But I don't think he needs to be gay. He could just put like a gold chain on with some shades or something like that, but he still have to learn how to talk. And I don't think that I don't think that'll work. He also needs like a finisher he can do to everybody. So what would that be? Damn, Cena's really good lariat. He jumped into that one, but he has no athleticism, so he landed on his hip, which I know that was not good. You mean like a Velveteen Dream type? Hmm. Yeah, I guess. Turning Pac heel in 2005 changed his career. People wanted Pac to go back to the main roster because of that. Yeah, and then he was on the main roster for a short amount of time, and that shit died quick because Vince didn't care about it. He was still short. You can get shredded, you can change your gimmick, change your presentation, but if you're still short, there's nothing you can do about it, bro. Vince still gonna see you as 5'6". I like Pac though. I really do. I wish they did more with him. But I also understand that he probably in a position where he gets paid to do 2 matches a year. He's probably gonna do one of his matches against Okada. Then he's probably gonna get quote unquote get injured and be gone for 6 months. And I put get injured in quotations. You think he was on the juice? Well, I'm almost certain he's on the juice because of how he looks. Might be on that human growth hormone. He's ripped to shreds, for God's sake. If I was to give him any uh, advice, it would be to abandon the red arrow or the black arrow, or whatever the fuck he calls it. Go with the brutalizer as your finish. The Rings of Saturn works. If you want to do break it out every once in a while, do a little red arrow, black arrow, whatever, sure. But I wouldn't do it in every match. Especially since it takes them so long to set it up. I don't know, man. I don't know about a cruiserweight division is fine, but everybody fits into it. If NXT had a cruiserweight division, everybody except Dijak, Josh Briggs, and Obafemi would be in it. The entire fucking cruiserweight division would be everybody in NXT. They all like 250. You put Trick Williams in the sauna for 20 minutes, he'll be under the cruiserweight limit. So I don't think you need a cruiserweight title. I think that's what all the belts are now. I think they're all cruiserweight belts. Which is why when people like The Rock show up and they got presence, folks are surprised. It's like, well, The Rock is still 6'5" and jacked. He can be 50. He's still 6'5" and jacked. I mean, shit. Why is Cena bumping like that? Why did he do that? You see how he fell off the top rope? That was not safe. That was not safe. Yeah, they got rid of that cruiserweight division in NXT. They fused it with their regular North American title, I think. Oh, Sean countered it. Oh, nice. They're going into the finish. Cena always falls on his hip. That's so weird. Why can't he fall on his butt or his back? Cena is very aggressively going for this STFU, and Sean has countered it 4 times. Great shit. They're starting to pick things up now. Yeah, this probably was the first one from the roll position, and Sean countered it, so it didn't do him any good. Now, how did Sean, with all of his experience, end up in this position? That's what I don't understand. He tried to enziguri and got countered into this. Out of all of the previous attempts at this, which was so much better, What he ended up in this move from the most simple of. That's so weird. That's so weird. And Sean's hair is covering his face. You see how the people are standing up now? Like the whole first 3, 4 rows of people are standing up now. Like they weren't standing up before. Oh, look at that. There you go. Not a crowd woke. Sean is selling the STFU, so he can't pin immediately. In today's world, if that was Will Ospreay, he'd try to pin him immediately, and he'd be up running around right now. But Sean is dragging this thing out because he not want to bury his own finish. That guy in the front row, there's a guy in the front row. He is not happy about that kick out. he is one of the most unhappy people in the building at that kick out. The sweet tin music, much like seen earlier, and redelivered the FU. These men are spent. They have given us every ounce of their being here tonight. And this wonderful main event for the WWE title looks like it took every ounce of strength that Sean being face down is clearly telling Cena what to do next, and probably making him stay there. The crowd is now starting to get up again. They want these guys to move. Why does Sean have Cena's belt like that? And what is up with this? There's a hunk of meat out of Cena's head. Knuckles have been busted open as well. And both men are trying to get to their feet everything they can. Every bit of spirit and competition. They're trying very, very hard to. Why is Sean's hand where it is on Cena's body? Why is this grabbing his crotch? What is going on here? This one is actually not bad because look where Cena's arm is. It's right under the throat. It's actually quite illegal. A highly illegal STFU, by the way, because the forearm is under the throat. So, and people are unhappy. You can see the guy throwing up the middle fingers. That's the thing about being at these big shows, man. People start filing out immediately. I think as shows started doing more surprises at the end, people stopped doing that as much. But as soon as the final bell rings, people just start getting the hell out of there. This was a very good match. I still think it's like a fifth match rather than a main event. Kyoto never came back, by the way. So he never came back. So much for that guy, right? Some referee, WG feels that this is the first or second WrestleMania that solidifies my wrestling fandom. I'm glad to be able to watch this with you guys. Yeah, this one brought me back. You know, I was in the building for it. I was a fledgling wrestling fan, man. I had watched it all as a kid. At this point, I had fell out of love with wrestling and wasn't really watching it that much. This was the first one I ever seen live in this era. Before I watched this one, the last WrestleMania I had watched live was WrestleMania 2000. I did not watch 2001 WrestleMania live, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. But this one, because I was in the building, I watched it live. And I think I've seen every WrestleMania live since then. So thank you very much, Dennis King. I appreciate that, brother. So I think this one certainly solidifies a lot for my fandom, and it means a lot to me personally because it was a birthday present to myself. Even though I should have spent some more money on it, that I went to this show. I was in the worst seats possible. I don't think I had a seat. I might have been in standing room only because by the time I got paid, most of the tickets were gone. Cena crying, knowing his hair won't be the same again. Sean took chunks of my hair out of my head, which is even crazier because he's got a buzz cut. So just imagine if he'd have grew that shit out. This match was very cinematic, in terms of how Sean forced Cena to, to put forth this effort. He was cocky, pushed him, but Cena came out looking strong. And look, Cena's sweating, which doesn't happen a lot. Cena doesn't sweat a lot in these joints. There was matches sometimes where Cena would wrestle 15, 20 minutes. He wouldn't sweat at all. He's sweating in this one. So I made a bump on chops. Yeah, he's sweating. There was nothing in that match that was wrong. It just might have went a little long. And I think Sean probably got caught in the STF a little easy. Especially since he had been countering it the whole night. Even better versions of the move he was getting out of him. So how do you get caught in that? I don't know. But you're just gonna shrug on that one, dog. And say Cena did a great job. And I think everybody who was dissing him, Cena and Roman, they went through the similar baptism. Bray Wyatt too. That similar baptism where they're not 5-star, work rate guys, they're character dudes. And people will give them a really hard time about their work. And their work is solid. And the work is not bad. It's just not, he's not fucking Dean Malenko. And guess what? He doesn't need to be. And if he was Dean Malenko, he wouldn't be in the fucking main event. You feel me? Is that what they were trying to do? Is recreate shit? Because Khali slammed Kane. That was supposed to be a recreation of Andre getting slammed. I don't think so. Poor Mr. Kennedy. I didn't forget. Never gonna forget you, buddy. All right, man. Thank you guys for spending, your time with me. I appreciate everybody who stopped by, everybody who's listening to this on replay or whatever. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed WrestleMania this weekend. I'll talk to you guys later. I'm going to go to bed now because I got to get up in 6.5 hours. Thank you, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.